Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is our Halloween horror one-shot. Listen, we missed out last year, things were a little wild, but we are back this year with EXSANGUIS, a Mothership sci-fi horror RPG original one-shot. I'm not going to say created by me, because I'm just creating the scenario, but all of us will be creating this story together tonight. And we are very excited to be with you. So excited, I went ahead and made a whole new intro for it. I'm super psyched. We're going to be using Mothership RPG, not a sponsor. But if you're out there, Mothership, and you're looking for, hey. I got to play in a game of this a while back with Matt Click running it. And I fell in love with it. It's a very simple system. So that is the rule set we will be using for this game tonight. And one of the things that we don't have formally, that we do in a lot of mini terrain domain games, is things like domain dice or what have you. We usually tie those to if you donate, if you subscribe, if you tip. That being said, we're going to keep a sort of a loose tally that if you want to support the stream by subscribing, tipping, or even supporting through the Ko-Fi link, you can do so. And we will apply probably like advantages, or we'll figure out ways in which we can use them. Carrie will probably come up with some way to game the system, as she often does.
I am a math teacher. I use my powers for evil. That's right? What I do.
So we are going to get into the game proper here in just a moment, because this is a special presentation on a Saturday night, and normally you see this group of players over on Big Bearded Nerds channel for our Mythos games. I'm going to have everybody go around and introduce themselves, tell us where we can find you, and tell us who you are going to be playing tonight. So I'll do that in just a moment. Before we start, a couple quick things for you. One, this is an adult game played by adults. There will probably be adult language and very violent and visceral horror elements in this game. If that is the kind of thing that bothers you or you don't want to witness, we will absolutely not be offended if you head on out the door and go watch another stream, because this might not be the place for you. The second thing I want to tell you, if you are here with us tonight and you find yourself struggling in some capacity, mentally, you have some other thing going on in your life, first off, we want you to know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to struggle. Secondly, you don't have to struggle alone. We are doing our part as much as possible to help destigmatize conversations around mental health. And one of the ways we do that is just with this message before all of our games, and letting you know that there is a resource available to you at any time during this game, or any MTD game. You can type !help in the chat like I just did, and bring up the link to findahelpline.com. Go ahead and click that link, bookmark that site for yourself, save it for a friend. Wonderful, simple to use interface for mental health resources. Please, if you need it, make that a priority to check that out. All right, before we get started, we're going to do some player introductions. We're going to throw it over to, we'll start with the upper left-hand corner there, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex Galat. I produce role-playing material through a company called Critical Hit Publishing on Drive-Thru RPG primarily. And right now I'm focusing heavily on Call of Cthulhu stuff through Miskatonic Repository. We just released Carnival of Madness, a Halloween-based scenario that is doing quite well. And we're also doing a series of double feature Grindhouse scenarios that are being released. At this point, it looks like monthly. So 2 new one-shot scenarios every month for just $2.99. and so we're trying to get as many of those out as we can, and go take a look at what we have, and if you like this kind of horror, then you'll probably like that.
And who are you playing tonight?
Oh yes, that's a good point. I'm playing Dr. Adrian Copper. Adrian is a was a child prodigy, essentially. They went to college by the age of 14. By the age of 14, they had a PhD in xenobiology. They are currently, what did I say, 21 years old, I think, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
About 21 years old. But they're very scientifically minded. They are focused heavily on learning and what they can understand about the universe, and particularly alien life, which is something that they're extremely passionate about.
All right. Next up is Karen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen, also known as Myth and Gears. Most of the time, you can find me either on Dice and Ice or on Erasmus Exhibitions, because my channel is pretty slow right now. So when I see me, come over there. They have some awesome games. Tonight, I am playing Sam, and a Series 4 medical android. And I cannot wait to jump into Mothership, play some sci-fi horror. Oh, so exciting.
All right, Carrie.
My name is Carrie, and I am found a lot of times on Mini Terrain Domain and Big Bearded Nerd. I play in the Candlekeep Mysteries on Monday nights on Mini Terrain Domain. That's getting really spicy, so join us there every Monday. I play in the Mythos with this whole bunch of chuckleheads, and we're playing on this coming Tuesday, right? It's our first into a new soiree where M will be at the helm. And I also play on another channel called Dice Tales Live. We play once a month. Our next game is November 20th, and that is heating up as well. We are coming up on our 4-year anniversary of playing that game together, so that's pretty exciting.
Woo!
And
Cool.
Tonight I am Sergeant Vin Erickson. You can call me Vin at work. I can't wait to play Mothership. I have no idea how to play. I'm gonna need help, but I am a role player, and here I am.
All right. And last but not least, M.
There we go. That's the unmute. Hi, everyone. I'm Em, and I run the YouTube and Twitch Dice on Ice, where I run Strahd, which my players always make the most evil decisions, which is great and not horrifying. I am constantly horrified as a DM, and that is the best. So
I've died twice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so today I will be playing Billy Reeves, who this is her first mission as a pilot and commanding a ship and doing a salvage mission, and hopefully she can live up to her quite famous last name, with her mother being a famous military commander, but we'll see what happens. I'm very excited. As you may or may not know, Halloween is great. It's one of my favorite things. So if you couldn't tell, so I'm really excited to play in some horror. So, yay!
Excellent. And of course, I am Jake, also known as MGD Jake. I will be your warden tonight. And of course, you can tune in here on Mondays and Thursdays, where you can catch, as Carrie said, on Monday nights with the Candlekeep Mysteries, a D&D campaign, or you can tune in on Thursdays where you'll catch M here as part of the Dawnbringers campaign. We've got our season finale coming up. Schedule's putting it off a little bit, but coming up soon, and then we will be moving into season 6, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So be sure to check that out. But we're here to play some Mothership RPG, so I can tell you all stories together.
Shut up.
It's
gonna be great.
And so we are going to get started as we see the Xandra, this ship moving through space. You are returning from a mission in which you were sent to salvage, to investigate a marker buoy that was put out for a signal buoy quite some time ago. They needed somebody. The regular government officials couldn't be bothered to go that deep into space and check it out. So you were given salvage permissions, but also told to report back to the authorities with what you found. You have elements of what you scavenged and found valuable on this derelict ship in your cargo hold. In addition to the 4 of you, you do have a small crew of about a half a dozen. Your ship, the Xandra, is capable of supporting a crew of around 16 comfortably. You could uncomfortably support a crew of 20 or more if you had to. But the 4 of you are all on duty in various parts of the ship as you are traveling through space. I am going to roll to determine who we go to first. It looks like it is going to be Sam. Where are you in the Xandra, and what are you currently doing?
I am in the med bay currently, standing at one of the counters. There's no one in here at this moment besides myself, and I am investigating a piece of tissue through one of the microscopes that we have here. I have a scalpel in hand, a set of tweezers in the other, and I'm just kind of cutting and pulling apart and looking through the scope, basically trying to figure out what this is and what it's made of. I'm jotting down notes at the same time.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and, as you're looking at this, make an intellect check, and you can apply any relevant skill that you might have.
Okay, so that's like trying to get under our number. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got a 38, which is a success.
Yeah, you're observing various slides. You've got pieces of tissue. You've made microfine incisions in this original piece. You've got a few samples in some petri dishes, and you're pulling in the various slides, making your annotations, and you notice, you're looking at your control slides of other known biological samples, that you are seeing elements of this that in every slice you've made, you're seeing high levels of biological activity, and it does not compare to any sample that you have on reference for that level of activity. Billy, where are you and what are you doing?
I think Billy is walking along some of the halls and the corridors, just kind of looking at, triple checking, double and triple checking everything, all of the panels, all of the buttons, making sure that everything looks good. Perhaps maybe even being a little bit startled when someone walks by and nods and gets and says, "Captain." You can see Billy kind of recoil a little bit of a surprise, but they nod back, trying to hide it, as they just wander through the halls aimlessly, but trying to look like they have a purpose.
Go ahead, as you are as you're walking along checking on everything, go ahead and also make me an intellect check, and if you have a particular skill you want to apply to that, go ahead. You're muted.
I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with mechanics. Everything I read usually just like goes over my head, so I have to play it once. This is we're using just D10s.
Yep, you're using just D10s. If you're using a skill, you can apply that number to your roll because you're trying to roll.
Well, it's a percentile roll, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
You're rolling 2 D10s and adding that number together.
Okay.
Between 2 and 20. It depends on what the roll is.
Okay.
Because there are certain rolls where you'll actually roll a D percentile, and there's some where you will actually multiply the number by 10. I will tell you when those are relevant.
Cool. I don't think she. I guess she does have vehicle specialization, so she might be using that to using her knowledge of the ship to see if there's any little minute detail that she can see that's wrong with it.
And correction, sorry. On the skill checks, yes, stat checks, it is a percentile check. Roll under. My bad. I apologize.
Okay.
I'm also very rusty on the system, so we're gonna roll with it as much as we can.
Yeah. All right. So then I'm an expert in that. So.
Okay.
And I did roll under my intellect.
Okay. Yeah, everything's looking to be all right. There's one awkward moment where as one of the other crew members walks by, that you're checking something, you're a little startled, and the sensor that you're looking at sort of snaps off in your hand, but you know it's not a super important piece, it's more cosmetic, but you're kind of left there just holding this piece as they walk by. They very clearly saw what you did, and they very professionally pretended not to see it.
Yeah, you see Billy just looks at the part that she has in her hand, and just keeps on walking, not wanting to like look ridiculous fiddling with it, but just has this piece now behind her back.
Vin, where are you and what are you doing?
Muted.
You're muted.
That never happens to me, only to M. I'm in the crew quarters doing sit-ups, and that's it.
Okay.
I like to imagine there's like a bunk bed, and I'm doing those cool, awesome ones like from Rocky, where my legs are like hooked, and I'm like doing them like all the way down and then all the way up. I'm like hanging off the top bunk.
Yeah.
Tight.
I would like you to roll me a D100.
Okay. It is a 12.
Okay. So as you're doing these sit-ups, there is another one of the crewmates, one of your squad mates. They actually report to you, and her name is Sydney King, and you rolled what?
A 12.
A 12. And she's got this kind of annoying habit of always having one earbud in, always listening to music, and is will frequently not hear what's been said, but she's sitting there as you're doing it, and just whatever, you can kind of hear that faint tinny, that sort of whatever industrial metal she's listening to as you're doing these sit-ups, and she's just like, all right, Sarge, you got it, you can do it. But she's doing it to the rhythm of the song.
I'm doing sit-ups and I'm like, Sid, shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
And then I just continue to do it mildly annoyed, as I kind of perpetually am at Private King.
And then not 10 seconds later, you can do it.
Oh my
Seeing your eyes roll and a little bit of red rising, she quickly unfolds her legs from her bunk, stands up, walks over to the crew quarter, hits the door, and heads out into the hallway. And
bring me a protein bar, Sid.
You don't hear a response. You don't know if she heard you or not. As she heads out, we will head over to Adrian. Dr. Adrian Copper, what are you doing?
Dr. Copper is in the science lab, currently trying to sequence what passes for DNA from this sample we recovered. But they are the on the screen there are letters flying by. Some of them are the familiar GAT from normal DNA
So
sequencing, but
proud of you.
there's the occasional LX, a V, and they're just staring at these numbers, or letters just flashing by, reading them as they're going, and as immersed in this as someone would be in, watching, their favorite sporting event, or watching their favorite music video, just eyes flicking around, watching this as it just scrolls by, sort of taking it all in, and almost, reading it like music as it passes by.
Make me an intellect check, applying any relevant skills.
I'm going to use xenobiology. Okay, so now the modifier is at the top of your skill, right? You add that to, or you subtract from the roll, or?
Yeah, they say it as a percentile, but just so we're all on the same page, we'll verify this later, but I would say add that to your relevant stat, because you're trying to roll under.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, if you're going to use xenobiology and if you're an expert in that, you would add 15%, or 15 to your intellect score, and then try to roll under that new score.
Okay, gotcha. So, well, I rolled a 20, which is way under the 64. So,
yeah, you have just rapt attention on these monitors. You're moving back and forth around the lab, as these things are playing out on the screen, and you're grabbing hold of transparent tablets that you are like grabbing data from one and sort of sliding it off onto the tablet, moving off to another computer, just pushing it over onto that. The sequencing event is taking place exactly how you want it to, though you don't, like any good show with your rapt attention to it, you don't quite know what it's going to lead to. You're starting to see some of those initial readings that are exciting you. They're outside of normal parameters,
Right.
in a way that's indicating that what you're looking at, what you're sequencing, is new.
Yeah, and they're starting to look for those patterns. And anyone who's watching Dr. Copper in this science lab, the science lab sort of stands out in stark contrast to the rest of the ship. The rest of the ship is fine as far as it goes, but in here it is so precise and organized and clean and lit, and it's almost like stepping into a different ship when you step into the lab. Dr. Copper is very, very particular about how their lab is maintained and kept.
Roll me a D100.
Can you do that? That's an 09 for what it's worth.
A 9?
Good or bad? Yeah. Good or bad?
Go ahead and roll again.
Okay. Other end of the spectrum, that was an 87.
Okay. You have one assistant that is in this lab with you. His name is Peter Zetterling, and Peter understands how meticulous you like everything. He also understands this technological dance you have, moving from computer to computer to readout, and is always precisely out of your way. Never where you don't want him to be. Peter is incredibly quiet. You know that in the wars that took place in the 34th century, that there were large swaths of North America, particularly on the western coast, that were completely obliterated and decimated. And Peter was one of the only survivors of his entire province, and is a large part of why he's in space, to be as far away from Earth as possible. And it lends to his very quiet nature and attention to detail.
I think Dr. Copper's been an outsider because they were very young when they went to college compared to others, and so they didn't have really a peer group to associate with. So they sort of understand, Peter quite well in that respect. So I think that they call him Z as a nickname. Just that's how they'll refer to him.
Z never tells you that they like that, but you know that he does.
Aw, I love it.
He's about 10 years older than you, because he wasn't as gifted, so he went through the normal course of education.
He was a muggle.
Yeah, he's a muggle. All of you, make me I just want to double check this, make sure I do this right. I would like all of you to make me a I'm gonna call it a, because I can't find it. I'm gonna have you do a, we're gonna do a body save.
Ooh.
This is essentially a reflex check.
And this is
Okay.
I'm sorry to ask again, I'm probably gonna ask 100 more times. Is a percentile or not?
You roll a D% and you want to roll equal to or under.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh God, no.
And I'm sorry. What are we rolling? What are we rolling again?
Body.
Body.
Body. Okay.
I failed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fail for me as well.
They go fail for me too.
just failed on that.
Did everybody fail
Mathematically, there's
that?
going to be a lot of fails tonight.
Yeah, because
The highest stat any of us have here is a wait, never mind. I have a 40 as my highest, so I'm going to be failing a lot.
yeah.
Okay, good to know. The entire ship seems to list forward, like tilt downward, which is, if anybody knows that this is wrong, it's Billy. Because you're in space, you shouldn't feel that the ship is dipping downward. You know something is immediately wrong. You all get, wherever you are in your various places, you get thrown about. Vin, in the quarters where you're at, some of the stowed belongings up above come crashing down and kind of clobber you. All of you are going to take 1 point of stress from this. You get clobbered. Nothing that's going to do any serious damage to you. Nobody's going to take any damage from this. But you just get piled on with all this gear that comes collapsing down. Sam, just as you are noticing this bizarre reaction under the slide, the microscope and half your petri dishes go skittering across, and the microscope, fortunately, has a tether on it holding it to the table, but most of the petri dishes go crashing to the floor. You get kind of thrown to the side. Adrian, you go flying backwards. I'm actually going to do a body check for... Oh, okay. Adrian. Z catches you.
Oh.
Z rolled a 6. You are about to crash into one of the transparent crystal displays. And Z just sort of takes a step forward, dropping what they're holding, but they catch you and stop you from colliding into this. And
somewhere in the ship, Marvin Gaye starts playing.
you get slammed against Z, and you can tell that Z, you hear sort of a that in stopping you, he caught the edge of one of the consoles in the ribs.
Yeah.
And you, Billy, you're walking down the hallway as this happens, and if your feet go out from under you and you go sliding across the floor because the ship's listing at about 30 degrees.
Oh, shit.
And then all of a sudden, it sort of snaps back, and you immediately hear klaxons going off on the ship. You hear the warning signs, and then you hear the familiar voice of Andy, the automated navigational and diagnostic interface, your ship's AI. Captain Reeves, to the bridge, please. We have a situation.
Billy mutters and starts running No, I don't like it when you pause and say situation. It gives me a lot of anxiety, man. And she's like running as she's saying this.
As you're running through the different halls, the different corridors, to get to where you need to move up to the navigational level, into the bridge. There's these different displays that are lit up. As you're passing each one, it lights up, indicating the presence of Andy on one of the consoles that just seems to be following you, moving along these passageways. My apologies, Captain Reeves. I've been trying a new routine.
It's called the Shatner module.
Just say the whole sentence, Andy. We'll go over this later. Just say it all. No pauses anywhere. It's inappropriate.
Acknowledged, Captain. Removing ellipses from syntax. You come charging through the corridors, coming up one of the ladders, and you pass a couple of people that are picking themselves up, a couple of the crew members. You head up to the bridge, and you immediately have a view looking out through the front viewport, and both of the there's actually a main captain's chair in the middle, and there's a couple of other command modules on either side. They're all empty. While you were flying, Andy was monitoring everything. You see empty space in front of you, but you see a lot of lights are blinking on the displays. What do you do?
All right, Andy, I'm here. Just, I don't see anything. What's going on? What is this situation?
That's the problem, Captain. I can't see anything either. I don't know what caused this.
You mean
I find that troubling.
Well, yeah, you're right, Andy. That is troubling. Run calibration. Let's see if that helps.
Calibration
Diagnostics.
has been completed.
All right.
All
See,
systems
Billy's
appear
just like
normal.
running hands through like her hair, just trying to calling out different things like, well, have you tried this? What about this? It's still like looking out to see if she can see anything.
All right, go
When
ahead.
Billy is at peak stress, Vin bursts in the room and is like, "Ma'am, are you aware that there has been a
No, Vin,
what?
if you're talking about the ship
Yes,
tipping over,
yes,
ass over tea kettle,
yes.
we know. We all know. We're trying to figure it out.
Good. And then Vin stands there uncomfortably, not really knowing what else to do.
Here, push that button.
I push it.
You hear like this like soft music begin to play.
Ma'am, it's very nice, ma'am. Thank you.
And then Billy just
Very
relaxing.
middle.
All right. Sorry, what role did you were you asking
Sorry.
for a role?
You were gonna ask for a roll and I interrupted. My bad.
No, that was great.
My hijinks. Always got to get some hijinks.
Yep. Nope. I will always shut up when you're talking and let you go. I was going to have you make a stat check, or skill check to either apply to the computer systems or to scanning outside in the space around the vessel.
Okay. I do have astrogation. With that wouldn't be.
You could use that if you wanted to, checking over the systems, verifying. Basically, you would be sort of double checking Andy's computations. Andy is saying everything is okay.
Okay, I guess Billy, yeah, it's just checking to see if we're on course. Ooh, that's a 2.
Oh, damn.
You're quickly going through all of these systems. It's similar to the science lab, where there's a lot of these liquid, these crystal transparent displays, and everything's gestures or touch, and you're kind of sliding through, looking at different things. You're seeing readouts that are what Andy's telling you, and you almost bypass it. There's, in one of the screens in the corner, there is a display that is showing you the ship's relative position within known space, and it does not match up with what Andy's navigational readouts are telling you, nor what your original course showed. In fact, with that roll, you know that what you are seeing does not match up with any known star charts.
Oh, no.
Finn?
Yes, ma'am?
You see this? Billy's just pointing to like a bunch of numbers, I imagine, that are just like...
Ma'am, I gotta be honest, if that is math, I am out immediately.
No.
Apologies, ma'am.
Oh, here, okay, all right. These coordinates, and she points to the far left, is where we should be.
Okay.
These,
Yeah.
here, is where we're at. Do you see how different they are?
I mean, your arms were like this far apart, ma'am. So yes, yeah, very different. Agreed. And you see Vin is hopelessly confused, but is just trying to be helpful and agreeable here. We're supposed to be there and we're not. Makes sense to me.
Exactly. Yes. Not only that, I don't know where we are.
I don't know where you got that navigational chart from, Captain, but that is inaccurate. All of my readings indicate we are still on course. Epsilon,
The readings are wrong,
Theta,
Andy.
Delta, 772. I want to understand, Captain. Are you telling me, the ship's artificial intelligence and navigational computer, that my calculations are wrong?
Yes. Now, Andy, I need you
Respectfully,
to
Captain.
not freak out.
I am not freaking out. I am incapable of freaking out. But I
Sorry,
must respectfully
Vin-
say that is bullshit.
Vin has this look on her face like, oh shit, mommy and daddy are fighting.
Andy,
Yeah, it's just confused.
I don't know what to tell you. You're wrong, and you need to figure out where we are right now.
You hear this mechanical sound that it's a light trilling sound that you have come to learn is Andy's computer way of sighing.
It sounds like an old like 1990s router booting up. It's like king kong king kong king kong king kong.
Very well, Captain. I will investigate at the code level. I will be unavailable for the next 10 minutes.
All right.
Starting now.
Yes, thank you, Andy.
Well, ma'am, what are we gonna do about this while Andy's asleep? Should we call everybody together? Maybe have you make some big old speech like your mama would have done, huh?
No, Vin. I don't think anyone needs to know right now. Not until we have some answers.
That's fair. Smart.
We don't wanna-
Delegation.
We don't want to freak people out. That's... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, discretion is the better part of valor. I will be in my quarters if you need me. let me know if you need me. And I just start like walking out of the room.
We're going to cut over to the med bay. Sam, you were just beginning to pick yourself up off of the floor. There's pieces of broken debris, petri dishes, glass test tubes, things like that, all around you. There's a bit of sort of a slimy substance from the solutions and the samples that you were working with that have spilled on the floor. Make me a let's do another intellect check.
I got a 12%, so that is a success.
Nice.
You notice that the as you put your hand down to push yourself up and stand up, you notice that several of the sliced pieces of sample have begun to move towards one another and are reassembling themselves into the original tissue sample. And you see multiple pieces of these biological samples from around the floor, even some that are sort of, at first it looks like some of the residue is dripping down the cabinet, but you realize they're all moving towards this larger sample.
So when the accident first happened and everything spilled out, the only thing Sam did is, this is unfortunate, and would have tried to push herself back up, and then noticing that they're all coming together, has now kind of just stopped. So mid push up, so it's just like almost like threatening, like defying gravity at this moment, because just kind of stopped right in place, and is just watching these things kind of like move together and converge, I guess. Curious. And then after a moment would I guess kind of hit the, I'm assuming they each have like some sort of like in Star Trek or whatever, they have like a little button where they can talk to each other.
Sure.
Kind of press that.
Yeah, communicators. Love it.
Captain, there has been a biohazard breach in the medbay. Currently watching and investigating.
God, Karen.
Did you talk to the doctor yet? It's a little busy up here.
I am the doctor, Captain. Why would I talk to myself?
There's like a long pause of like just like static, which you can tell like the transmitter's on, just Billy's not saying anything. And then Dr. Copper.
Dr. Copper is not here.
Yes. You two figure out the breach. Things need to be shut down there.
I am taking care of it, Captain. Right now it is under control.
Okay.
It is interesting. The pieces look like they are attracted to each other.
I do think that at this, Billy would like kind of cue in Dr. Adrian Copper, just like, I don't know how to do like a three-way call. I don't know how
Group
that
chat.
works. Yeah.
There's an
Get a
awkward
Teams.
moment where Billy hangs up on Sam, has Adrian, then hangs up on Adrian.
Still me.
Wait.
I could hear everything you were saying on the other line. Oh
It's like the old Skype sound. The do 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 do.
You dial into Sam's earbuds at one point, and you just hear. But eventually, you figure it out. You get in touch with you get the three-way call working.
This is Copper. We're picking things up in here. What's going on?
Sam, you discovered some type of or the tissue samples. Is that right?
Yes.
They're coming together?
The tissue samples. Right before we crashed, there was quite an interesting result.
Define interesting.
Not human. Not anything I did. No record of.
Yeah, I had guessed that.
No guessing is allowed in this, Doctor. You should know. You are a scientist.
I guess. Yes, and sometimes scientists guess. We've talked about this.
And that is how you
we verify, but we start with guessing. It's okay.
It is not okay.
Sam, we need medical attention.
Is
Up here.
Hurt?
Yes.
I am busy trying to contain this biohazard that has breached on my floor. Can it not wait?
I look to Z. I mute for a moment. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You sure? Okay.
I think I just bruised my rib. I was actually going to say I should probably go check in with Sam.
Yeah.
Do you want me to see what's going on down there?
Yeah, go check on the situation with Sam. I'm gonna make sure everything is saved here, and we'll get everything straightened out. Have that looked at though.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm perfectly okay. You go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, Captain. I'm getting things straightened up here. I'm sending down Z to take a look at the situation with in the med lab. We'll get that squared away.
I do not advise a biological to enter this room at this moment.
Turn it off. Well, it's funny because my character has I did the patch thing where you roll for a patch. Mine says, was it? Oh shit! I lost it. I am not a robot.
That's perfect.
Oh my gosh, so perfect.
Dude, mine said live free and die, which is also perfect.
Yeah.
One thing that as soon as Z leaves, Adrian takes something off from around their neck. It's a key on a piece of twine, and they hold it up and kind of to look at it as it just hang it down like a pendulum. And Dr. Copper's basically looking to see if there's any variation in the ship's gravity. Like, is it being pulled slightly in any direction, or is it going straight down like it should?
Interesting.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna actually make you roll for that. Well, actually, I do want you to roll for that.
Okay.
Just because there's so many opportunities when you roll for good and bad things to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's roll intellect on that.
All right. That is a 36, which is a success.
You notice as you're holding it up it's perfectly up and down, perpendicular to the floor. You see that it is parallel to the walls. And then you shift your head slightly to one side, and you notice that as you're holding it, it's leading towards the front of the ship, just slightly.
Okay. Okay, so they note that, and put it back over their neck, tuck it back in, and then they go about securing the data before, in case the computer shut down. Basically, hit the save button. Save.
Quick save, auto save,
Sure,
auto
yeah.
save.
All right, you start doing that.
Yeah.
As Z is heading down towards the lab, we're going to cut back into the bridge with Captain Reeves and Sergeant Erickson, Vin and Billy. As this, Billy, you sort of end this call, or rather, Dr. Copper ends the call. You see a light on one of the consoles light up again. 10 minutes has gone by. Andy's presence is noted by the illumination, and then you just hear, Captain Reeves, I have completed my self-analysis.
Give me some good news, Andy.
First, I would like to apologize for saying that your assumption was bullshit. It is, in fact, not.
You hear Vin chuckling under her breath.
In addition to navigational data being compromised, life support systems are currently at 85% of optimal. The ship's inertial dampeners have been compromised. The jump drives are currently offline. And gravity is... Sorry, I was looking for the correct way to phrase this. You did not want me to use pauses. Gravity is wrong. I don't understand it.
Wrong.
All right. Andy, right. You can't just hiss like that, or else I think you've gone offline, and that's very terrifying. What do you mean wrong?
As in not right. Incorrect. Compromised.
Yes.
Something...
What does that, Andy, what does that mean? It feels all right to me.
Sergeant
Got a
Erickson,
point.
Yeah.
take your cigar out of your mouth. Hold it out in front of you at arm's length. Drop it. As you drop it, you both watch that it falls a few degrees forward instead of straight down. When it hits the floor, it starts rolling slowly towards the front of the ship.
Shit. And I chase it down. Got it. Well, that sure as shit is wrong.
So with Billy, no, does that suggest we're like being like pulled towards something? Or
it's a fair guess. Everything that you are, based on the initial sudden jerking motion of the ship, and the slight movement of gravitational forces and everything towards the front, that would be a fair guess.
are we moving, Andy?
There's a beep from on the comms console. Beep, beep, beep. Captain Reeves, this is Dr. Copper. Are we near any gravitational anomalies that you can detect? I'm noticing a slight variance down here toward the forward side of the ship.
Yeah, we're noticing the same thing up here too, Doctor.
We're not near any visible body.
Billy like does a double check out the front of this window, I imagine that's there.
No gravity wells.
Looking out the window, you see nothing but the emptiness of space. Having that original astrogation roll that you made when you realized that you were just way off of where you're supposed to be, you also note that there doesn't appear to be anything, planets, asteroids, comets, gravitational sources, nothing that should be exerting any sort of force on this vessel.
My expertise is in xenobiology, but I do know a bit about physics. Would it be prudent to perhaps reverse a bit to back away from whatever this anomaly is? If we're leaning towards it, it's quite possible we could get pulled towards it. We could be looking at some sort of small black hole of the singularity. I don't know, but if we're leaning towards it, it might be better to get some distance if we can.
Good thinking, Doctor. Andy,
Out.
Yes, Captain.
let's try and reverse this thing. Or did he say that thrusters were shot? Is that?
The jump drive is offline.
The jump drive is out. Yeah,
but
Jump drive, right.
You can still move.
we should have
the
moving
slow
thrusters.
drives.
Yeah.
The slow drives are working.
I love how all of us know nothing, but we're like, no, it's just the jump drives. It's fine. We can still move. We're
Yeah,
all
of
such
course.
freaking nerves. Jesus.
It wasn't on the broken list.
You all hear the sounds throughout the ship. It's very subtle, but you can feel it thrumming as the ship comes to a stop, and Andy reverses the thrusters. I would like everybody to make a body save.
God.
Oh no. Shit. Failed.
That is the opposite of success.
Which is a
Failure.
yes, it is.
Failure.
I also failed. I assume that is a point of stress.
Yeah, so fail will be a point of stress.
I succeeded on this one.
Damn you.
I also succeeded,
Okay.
so I'm being attacked.
I imagine, Billy, you're sitting in your chair on the bridge, and you're braced for this. The others of you, and Sam, you sort of use your where you stood up. You're able to quickly, reflexively reach out and brace yourself against the lab countertop, the med lab countertop where you were working, and you don't go sliding. You do see a few more samples go sliding across the floor. At the same moment, the airlock to the med bay goes, and Z comes sliding in, but seems to sort of lean against the slide and grabs hold of the edge of the airlock door and stops themselves from sliding across the room as Z rolled a 10.
Wow. Z is
nice.
rolling better than
Z's on
any
top of
us.
it. Z's better than your Marine. In addition,
MVP.
you hear that sort of the slow drive kicking in with the reverse thrusters, and then you hear the sound of straining and stressed metal.
Ooh.
I would like everybody to make a panic roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
How do you do that?
I will tell you
Okay.
in a moment when I find that page. I thought I had a bookmark. You're going to roll 2d10, and you are just trying to roll over your stress.
Oh.
So not percentile.
Nope. These you are going to
Okay.
add the 2 dice together.
Okay.
I passed.
That's a 10. That's a 10 and a 6, 16.
Nice.
So yes. And we're rolling over our stress, you said?
Over the stress.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
You shouldn't
yeah.
have much stress right now.
Yeah, no.
And
Well, it says we start at 2,
you
right?
do start at
I
2,
start at
and
2.
everybody has
Yeah.
taken
2.
everybody's
Well,
taken
max.
one.
A lot of people taken
Some
2.
of you have
Yeah,
taken
everyone's
2.
taken- yeah.
I took 2 as well.
Billy, how'd you do?
How do you get your stress?
You start with
What?
2.
It's
Yep.
upper left-hand corner, M.
Upper
It's
left-hand
right
corner.
Sorry,
under the
like
M.
what if you get it? Like I got a 3
Oh.
on my
Oh,
roll.
okay.
If you roll equal or lower,
Then
You
you
panic.
so I need you.
Oh no.
That means you're panicked, and I need you to roll a D100. Sorry,
Oh, no.
sorry. I need you to roll.
2d10.
No, it's 2d10,
Okay.
and you add your current stress to the number you roll.
Okay, 23.
Ooh.
We don't give Karen a round of applause for knowing the rules.
Yes,
It's
thank you,
Karen,
Karen.
everybody.
So
job.
God bless.
your entire reputation, whether to everybody else or even just to yourself, Billy.
I can re-roll 1 second. As a teamster, I can re-roll once per.
Do it.
I just-
Or, guys,
Oh,
we have
looked
3
at it.
mythos dice.
Yeah.
I can re-roll on the panic effect table.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
It's my ability,
nice.
and I'd like to do that.
Awesome.
but-
So you can have a different
Horrible.
kind of panic.
Yeah.
Right.
I would like to change my flavor of panic, please.
Yes, thank you.
I would like a slightly less spicy panic.
So what's the
Thank you.
new panic number?
14 is the new panic number.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say what it is. Your panic is hallucinations. For the next number of hours that I will roll, you start having difficulty discerning between fantasy and reality.
Cool. Okay.
That's our captain, folks.
Yep.
We're in
And she has
trouble.
access to the codes.
We're like that the kid on the bus from Simpsons. There, I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
As you all heard this sound, you realize that, and you realize this as well, Billy. The ship's hull and the ship itself was straining as if something was trying to pull it apart. It seemed as though it's just coming from the core of the ship, like in the middle of it. In addition, all of you feel the ship slightly listing towards the rear now.
Oh. God damn it. Captain Reeves, what the hell? This was supposed to like rejigger the gravity, right?
Andy, stop all
It's
movement.
the center of the ship.
You can see that Billy's like kind of looking past you, Vin, as she's speaking. And like very intently at something just beyond you.
Hey. I turn around and I look at try to see whatever Vin is looking or whatever Billy's looking at.
What's the status
Hmm.
on the hull? Andy.
Captain,
Andy.
I know you said you wanted good news. I
Andy.
don't have any good news. Do you still want the news?
Billy like shakes their head. Yeah, just
Hull integrity is compromised. Numerous stress fractures all throughout the frame and the outer hull. The damage seems to be worse near the center of the ship.
Oh no. Oh no.
Cargo area. Yeah.
we lock off. Billy's going to try and lock off some of the areas that have the most damage. So probably the cargo bay, just kind of, I'm sure there's like a system of locking the doors.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically you pull up sort of a view that shows the different areas of the ship, and you can basically touch on these areas, and you can lock and unlock, add overrides and things like that. So you're able to quickly pull this up, and you can even hear in the ship's not a huge ship, so you can feel when these airlocks lock into place, these massive bolts that lock into the frames, in those various areas. Sam, make me first a intellect check.
Oh, 32. So that is also a success.
Oh no, Z failed. As Z stabilizes himself, you both kind of look at each other as you hear this groaning of the ship's hull, and then Z looks at you and just says, I don't really know what's going on. It seems to have stopped. Dr. Copper sent me down to have you take a look at this. And they lift up, he lifts up his shirt, and you can see that there's just already bruising all along his side. But as he does this, he turns his head to look down at it. And you see that some of this organism is attached to the side of his face. And you see it moving down his face and towards his neck.
Oh no.
And you watch as whatever this is, this organism essentially has this look like, it almost looks like these, like a translucent gel, but in the shape of like maggots.
Oh God.
As it's moving, that's where I got you. As it's moving down, and you watch as they begin to burrow into his neck, and oh no, all of a sudden he reaches up, grabbing at it, and you hear Z just suddenly, as they burrow into his neck, his arteries, jugular, is just opened, and an arterial spray of blood sprays all across your face and across the lab as he starts clawing at his throat. What are you doing?
I did warn Dr. Copper that a biological should not enter here. It was unsafe for him. And she's going to reach past this poor bleeding soul who's like past point of return at this point, and close the med bay doors to
Oh
contain
my
the biological hazard inside this room.
Remind me.
Worst doctor ever.
Remind me.
Doctor of mathematics or something. It's like
Right. Ballet.
not a real doctor.
As
Doctor of ballet, damn it.
an android, do you have any particular effects regarding sanity?
If people are making sanity checks within my vicinity, they have disadvantage. Not sanity checks, fear saves.
No, you are going to make a I'm gonna have you make a fear save to start.
Okay. That was a 2. I'm very solid.
Okay. Then I won't make you make a sanity save. You handle this in a very logical, clinical way, and you lock off the med bay.
I then try to catch the poor falling body, as I'm assuming it's going to be, and take him over to a bed,
Okay.
where I will proceed to try and stop the bleeding.
Stopping the bleeding is a very easy task. You're in the med bay. You have all the supplies you would need. Well,
And most of the supplies I need.
let's actually. I want you to make an intellect and use whatever medical first aid or any additional medical skills you might have. Let's just see what happens with this.
Okay, I do have pathology, so I'm good at surgery. 59. Oh, but that is a terrible roll. I rolled a 97, so that is a fail.
Ooh.
Okay. You are very good at what you do.
Yes.
The reason you don't stop the bleeding, Sam, is you can see as these organisms entered into the jugular, like they were doing on your medbay floor, they were reassembling. And you can now see this lump in his neck, and it is moving downward, and you can see it moving through along his chest. And you just stare at it as it moves through. And you actually find for a moment that rather than beginning to apply what would be necessary to close the wound, you have a scalpel in your hand.
Oh.
And you open the wound further to allow this thing to move a little easier through Z's body. And I think that's a good place to take a break.
Oh.
Because I just realized it's about 10 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and take a break as things really start to be happening here. So yeah, we'll take a brief break, 5 to 10 minutes, and we will be back to see what the heck's going on the Xandra.
Wow.
Stick around, and we'll see you in a few.
It's a great transition.
And we are back.
Oh God. Shit has just recently hit the fan, and here we go.
Captain Reeves, you have just locked all of the airlocks in response to what Andy has told you about the hull integrity being compromised. And you look over at Sergeant Erickson standing there. She's got her cigar in her mouth. She's got, she's mostly in combat gear, but definitely has her weapon with her. And as you look over at her, the lights flicker. The emergency red lighting comes on, and you see blood leaking from Sergeant Erickson's eyes, or where her eyes should be, the empty sockets. You see that her lower jaw has been ripped off.
Yeah, immediately Billy falls back just in white horror. And I don't think Billy carries a weapon with them on the ship, but they do carry a laser cutter. So they take out this laser cutter and they point it at Sergeant Vin.
Whoa, 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 Captain.
Get away! Keep away!
Captain.
Make a sanity check.
Oh, God.
That is going to be a D%, and that's a sanity save, and you want to roll under your sanity score.
Oh, God.
I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is I rolled a 69, which is nice, but
Nice.
I failed.
Oh, no.
All right, you gain stress.
Okay.
And the what you're seeing hasn't changed.
Captain. I at this point I've taken the cigar out of my mouth. This is a fucking stressful situation. And I'm like going towards Captain Reeves and be like, what's going on, Captain? Why do you have that little pea shooter out at me?
Captain Reeves is like crab, like sliding along away, like because they've fallen over and they're just pointing this laser cutter at you. If you approach, they're gonna turn it on.
What is a laser cutter? Just out of curiosity. What is it? I don't understand. Is it a gun?
I imagine it's like, you know, like those laser pointers, but like
Jesus.
Well, it's like a tool. It's like a torch.
It's a tool
metal.
to cut things. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
It's
I don't
essentially
think
like a box cutter that you're freaking okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
all right, Reeves, I want you to make a where did it go? A combat roll versus, and it's going to be versus you're going to make an armor roll, Vin.
Okay. Armor, huh? Okay, where the
that's
hell
right.
is? Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Whenever oh shit,
And,
there are no friendly Marines here. Damn it.
Reeves, you are rolling at disadvantage.
Sorry, what I'm rolling combat.
Yes.
Oh shit. Can I use one of our Mythos dice to roll that again?
Sure. We got 3 of them.
Yes, we do. Now we have 2. And it's worse. Son of a bitch. Well, I still fail. It's worth a try.
I did roll under even with
Wow.
disadvantage.
So you hit you hit Sergeant
My
Vin,
name is Vin.
and you are going to roll a d10.
Oh shit. Okay. It's a
Not
3.
not you,
Oh.
Reeves.
Oh.
9.
All right, so you're going to take 4 points of damage from this little laser cutter.
Ow! Ah,
It's more of a tool than a weapon, but it's a laser.
fuck. What the-
As you cut across and you hear Sergeant Erickson cry out, the lights flicker and the vision fades. It doesn't even fade. It just, when it flickers, the lights are normal, and you see yourself holding this laser, and you see Vin holding a smoldering portion of their chest.
God damn it! What the
Uh,
hell did you do that for?
You see Billy like look at the laser cutter, eyes wide, look back at you and like chucks the laser cutter across the room. You didn't have eyes. Your jaw was gone. You were coming towards me. You're going to.
Do I? Okay. What is the insight
Ruh-roh.
check equivalent in this game?
I would say it would be an intellect check.
Intellect? Okay. No, well. Failed failed, but not by much, and my score is a 22. So
Well,
I'm just looking confused at Captain Reeves, and I'm like, well, just don't let it happen again, I guess.
a 22. Let's see.
I rolled over my 22. I rolled a 25.
So yeah, that's because it's doubles. It's a crit. It's
No.
critical fail.
Oh,
wait,
I
you
did not
succeeded.
roll a 22. I did not roll a 22. I rolled a 25. My score is.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I believe me. I am
All right.
watching for doubles.
All right. So yeah, but that was a fail. You said.
It was a fail by 3.
So you don't know what's going on with the captain. You know that the captain shouldn't be acting like this.
And I'm just kind of deciding what to do about this.
So
Like, this
as
is
you're
grounds for
figuring that
mutiny.
out down in the science lab, because we didn't resolve
Mhm.
Dr. Copper failing that body save when the ship reversed. We see Dr. Copper. You are lying backwards, sprawled across one of the what was the transparent crystal display stations. There are a million tiny pieces of shattered display lying around your feet, and you see from one of the hard drives that there's a thin wisp of smoke and sparks. As you crashed into this unit, you fried one of the hard drives that was saving the data you were trying to back up, and destroyed one complete workstation.
Right. So they pull themselves up, do a check for check themselves for any, obvious permanent injuries or significant wounds, and then fuck, and they're gonna head up to the bridge at this point, because something bad is going on, and they just lost a bunch of work that it's been going for the past 12 hours. So they grab their pouch, sling it over their shoulder, and head up to the bridge.
Okay. You begin heading up to the bridge. Meanwhile, in the med bay, Sam, you are looking down at where you saw this thing moving through the chest under the skin towards Peter's heart. And then it seems to vanish for a moment. And then you see it moving up the other side of his chest, traveling up the other side of his neck, and moving towards the back of his head, getting lost in his hairline.
Oh no.
Make me a intellect check.
Oh,
Does
my
Bride-
goodness. 5. So that is a pass.
Oh god.
One of the things that has helped you, not being a bio, that's helped you to be so good at your job, is you can see peripherally almost as well as you can see straight in front of you. And that's why you notice that while you've been watching this body, all of the blood, the artillery spray that was sent across the room is gone. You now see several of these roughly 6 to 8 inch, no longer translucent, gel-like slug things. They're now engorged with the blood they've been feeding on.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh no.
I'm watching in people's eyes as engorged is added to the to the lines and veils list.
Hey, the word engorged. Just the word.
And you are watching as these biological entities are metamorphosing
The second one was
as
correct.
you see appendages and tiny mouths begin to open up.
I would like to find, I don't know, like it's bed bait. I'm assuming we're gonna have some sort of freezing agent, like maybe like I don't know, a CO2 canister or even a nitrogen canister.
Nitrous.
to-
Yeah.
Everything
I want to
was
freeze this
knocked askew with the two maneuvers that happened. So go ahead and give me another. Give me a check for. I want to say intellect, but I'm thinking that it could be. You can do intellect to see if you can find this in the debris, or you could use a speed check to see if you, because you're trying to do something quickly.
Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter. I got an 82 on that roll, so
Oof.
that is
All
a
right.
fail.
So you are unable to find it as you're knocking things over. There's this bizarre, initially almost calm demeanor about you, while also having a sense of urgency as you shove things aside, looking for this. You hear from the center of the room where these things are congregating. All of a sudden, you hear from their now open mouths. I would like you to make a sanity check.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is bad news because I'm an android. Oh, yeah, no, that's really bad news. I rolled a 70.
Okay.
Way fail.
So you gain stress.
Oh god.
How
You'll
many?
take a point of stress.
Okay.
You didn't critically save it or critically fail it.
No.
But as these things open up their mouth, you watch as an arc of fluid shoots out towards you.
Oh god. Oh god.
I would like you to make a body save.
Oh, I just failed.
All right.
That's worse.
Oh, that is not good at all. As this fluid hits you, you immediately hear the hissing sound and see it begin to dissolve your uniform and dissolving into your skin. You take 14 points of damage.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Quick question. I was going to ask you this before when you said all the blood was gone. I would have quickly glanced down on my own uniform. Was the blood still on my uniform? Because I didn't wipe it off.
The blood is not on your uniform.
Okay. Wow. Cool.
Wow.
As this acid hits you, you hear a sound behind you. Sam, I don't feel so good. As
no.
Z sits up and you see where his side of his throat is just all torn, but there's no blood there.
Oh god.
His
no.
entire face and everything is very pale, almost translucent, as he looks at you and says, "Something doesn't feel right, Sam. It hurts." And he reaches up and he starts pulling at his hair, and you watch
No. Oh.
as he pulls his head apart into two pieces.
Okay. I would like, as soon as he starts to talk, I want to pull out my trank pistol that is
Okay.
part of my medkit, and I want to
Thunk.
hopefully thunk him.
Knock him out like a rhino, Sam. Let's go.
Okay.
So he has to make a body. Well, I guess I have to make a hit roll. I don't know how it works.
You are going to roll your combat.
Okay. Oh, I did it. I rolled 25 under my 31. So
Did it?
I hit. It doesn't do damage, but it does. He has to make a body save at advantage or fall unconscious.
That's a 4 on his body save.
So I guess he makes it.
As this hits
Z is
him,
rolling like this is stupid.
he continues to pull apart his head, and you see that as the tendrils of flesh are pulled apart, they solidify into these spikes, and the top of his head, his entire head, begins to move like a mouth. It opens up, and you hear this screaming sound. I need you to make a fear save.
God. Well, thank God she's an android.
Yeah,
'cause-
I passed my fear save.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta-
That would have been really bad if you had failed that. As
I just
this
gotta check that.
scream happens, we'll cut to Dr. Copper running through the halls heading towards the bridge.
Well, they're not running at this point. They don't realize
Okay,
the
moving.
level of what's going on. Yeah, they think it's still just a spatial anomaly. We'll deal with it. It'll be fine. So, but they're walking with urgency up to the bridge.
So you actually don't have to go very far. You head out of the science lab and you go down that hallway past the life support systems, and there's an elevator that takes you up to the bridge level.
All right.
So you will actually bypass through the habitat deck up to the upper deck and emerge in that hall between the bridge airlock and the airlock by life support and navigation. And incidentally, in case it becomes relevant, the nav hub is also where basically the computers that are Andy are housed in that area as well.
Got it.
Okay.
So you make it without incident. You didn't have to travel very far. So you are up on the bridge level, but the bridge airlock is closed.
Okay.
You have access.
Yeah. So I go up. Press my thumbprint for clearance, and I'll come on and say,
You immediately see Captain Reeves just picking themselves up off the floor, and Sergeant Erickson with a burn across their chest, looking side-eye at the captain.
"Whoa, what the hell's going on?"
Nothing. The captain's little box cutter just went off. It was malfunction. Ain't that right, Captain?
Malfunction.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. I lost a lot of my data with that last with that last bump. Any idea what we're dealing with yet?
Not quite. It seems to be coming from the center. The
There's a
damage
lot-
that we've received.
Vin,
There's a lot of math involved. That's why I don't trust it.
Vin, in your ear, you immediately hear Sergeant Erickson. It's Private King.
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know what's going on. Something's wrong. Something's wrong down in the crew quarters. Everybody's dead.
All right.
There's blood everywhere.
Stay there. I'll be right down.
Blood.
Just stay there. Just stay there. Take care of yourself. I'll be right down. And I look at the other two, and I'm like, I got to go to the crew quarters. That was King. Something's wrong. A bunch of people dead, I guess. So
Dead.
The computer's Andy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Andy, did the cruise quarters suffer explosive decompression?
No decompression has happened, Doctor.
I-
The integrity
Cameras?
of the hull has suffered due to stress fractures based at the center of the ship. Life support is now at 74%. Jump drives are offline. Slow drive engines are now operating at 65% efficiency.
And I get back on with, I'm like, hey, Sid, what's it look like happened to them? Like, are they shot? Are they ate? What happened to them?
All you hear is
Fuck me. I swear to God, I'm gonna make her eat that damn AirPod. And I take my rifle off my back, and I'm like, I'm going down there. If any of y'all want to come, you can. I gotta go get her dumb ass and bring her up to the bridge. And I start heading towards the door.
Wait. Do we have cameras in this ship?
Yeah. Sure.
Andy, bring up the crew quarters. Let's just have a look before we get all excited.
The displays begin to a lot of the readouts that were there immediately wipe away, and you watch as several different camera feeds ping up. You see the crew chief's quarters down by the science lab on the lower deck. You see the crew quarters on habitat level. There are 3 separate sections of crew quarters. All of those light up. You also see the captain's quarters, the science officer's quarters, and the medical officer's quarters, all in different segments of these screens as they light up. And most of the officer quarters, all of the officer quarters, there's nobody in them, but all 3 crew quarters, you see that the half a dozen people that were in there, well, there's 4 people because Peter's not in there, and but Sid is you see Sid crawling across the floor. And you see every other person appears to be lying akimbo. You don't see any blood. You don't see any signs of wounds. And then you see Sydney just sort of take one more reach forward, and then her hand sort of locks up and then slams to the floor.
Oh,
she stops moving.
Fuck me. I gotta go down there.
And do
I'm
what,
going-
Vin?
I don't know. I gotta go. I can't leave him there.
Vin.
No, was he outside the cruise quarters, or
Sid?
Yeah, Sid.
Yeah.
She was
Oh,
basically
sorry.
she collapsed in the doorway to the crew's quarters.
Shit. Andy, check. Is there any kind of any kind of gas leak on that level? Any kind of carbon monoxide? Anything else?
I'm not detecting any gas leaks anywhere. Wait a minute. There is a highly caustic gas buildup in the med bay.
I call down, Sam, we have a medical emergency outside the cruise quarters. What's the situation?
Situation is dire. Peter has lost
Can you
his
be more
head.
specific?
Peter has lost his head. He is trying to eat me.
I cut it off. I think the medical robot is malfunctioning.
We could go to the med bay. Sam can help.
I guess I can help too.
Come on, let's go, Vin. I'll go with you. We'll check on. I'll go down with you to the cruise quarters. Let's go.
Sounds good. And
I make sure I have my med kit.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
I can do first aid at least.
You head right back to the elevator you just came from, Dr. Copper.
Yeah.
You're there, Sergeant Erickson. You punch in for the second level, and as they head out the airlock, Captain Reeves, you look down and you see that all of your skin is gone.
Oh shit.
You see muscle tissue.
Oh.
It's not just gone, it's in a mess on the floor at your feet.
Yeah, Billy immediately starts to scream and kneels down and is trying to like take her melted skin and like applying it to her arms to try and
Oh
like
my God.
Right.
put it back onto her body.
Make a sanity roll. As the others are heading down the elevator to the habitat deck.
Fail.
Okay. You're going to take a point of stress. As Sergeant Erickson and Dr. Copper, the doors to the habitat level open, and you know that this elevator that you come down, you're basically sort of between the captain's quarters and right next to the med bay, but looking just past to your left, you see where the corridor angles around, and you can see the doors to two of the crew quarters. You see that one on the angled wall, and you see Sid's body lying half out of that door.
Shit.
Yeah, we'll head over there.
I pull up my military issued fucking mask and I'm like, motherfucker, does that dumb shit have her fucking AirPod in?
Yeah, I would say you could hear that loud heavy metal music and that tinny sound. So as you move across, Dr. Copper, make me a intellect check, and Sergeant Erickson, make me a body save.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Ah,
damn it.
That
Shit.
So I got a 33, which is
Okay.
below my intellect, but that's a critical success.
Yes,
Is
it's
that
a crit,
correct?
so it's a critical success. You'd both start moving towards the crew quarters. Dr. Copper, you take about 4 steps and you stop because you're right next to the med bay, and you can see on either side of where the airlock is, there's these sort of rounded cornered rectangular windows.
Windows, yeah.
And you see inside, you see Sam standing there,
Ugh.
and you see what looks like Peter moving towards them, with Peter's head is split
Oh Jesus.
down to the neck, and he's reaching towards Sam. And you also see several of these multi-legged, foot-long grub-like creatures moving around, and there appears to be sort of a yellowish fog in the air in this room.
I just say, without taking my eyes off this, I say, Erickson,
Yeah, Doc.
Erickson,
get
what
over
did
here
you
now.
What'd you get for your body save?
I failed, as you might have learned by my string of profanity.
How bad did you fail? Did you just
Not bad
fail?
at all.
Okay.
No, I failed very closely.
Because it would have been
actually.
awesome if you crit failed when Alex.
No, I didn't. Yeah, it sure would.
Okay, so
funny.
as Dr. Copper calls your name, you turn. Your attention is pulled, and the crew quarters immediately to your left.
Mm-hmm.
A figure charges out and slams into you, knocking you across the room, and it is going to attempt to attack you.
Oh shit. Okay.
What you see is one of your soldiers,
Oh no.
but they have pale, almost translucent skin. And you see that their entire throat is ripped open, but their throat is moving back and forth like a set of jaws.
Oh god. Oh god.
It slams you against the wall, and it fails to be able to bite at you with its throat. But then you watch as Private Garcia raises his hand, and you see that his fingers are 4 times as long. The bones have grown through the tips of his fingers into these long spikes. Come on, you knew I was going to do some hand stuff, right?
You got to do some hand stuff. Hashtag hand stuff. Hashtag made
So,
random.
okay, I thought I wasn't rolling a. Oh my gosh. Oh no, never mind. I thought I missed it by 2. It slams these claws on either side of you into the bulkhead, failing to hit you on both rolls.
Oh my god.
As this thing is snapping at you.
Shit.
And you, of course, see this, Dr. Copper.
Yeah. Are we getting any? Am I getting a sanity check for this yet, or?
Absolutely. I think both of you should be making sanity checks.
Why do you have to be so honest?
Well,
I failed that too.
The good news is, as a scientist, I have a fairly decent sanity.
I failed. Is that a point of stress?
That's more stress.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I rolled over my sanity with a 55.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you failed critically.
Yeah.
I need you to roll me a D100. You are panicking. Oh wait, no. You need to make a panic check first. We'll see if you panic then.
Okay. And
so it forces the panic check. A panic check.
Okay. And what was
the
that?
Panic check.
The panic check.
The panic check is going to be is the one where you roll 2d10.
And you have to. That's right. You have to roll over your.
It's a stress check. You want to roll. You're adding the 2 numbers together, and you want to roll over your current stress level.
Okay. 8, 11. Yeah, I made it. That's
okay. So you don't panic.
Okay.
But you did gain the stress from that. You're actually going to take 2 points of stress for the critical fail.
Yep. By the way, when I fail a sanity save, every friendly player nearby gains 1 stress.
Oh god.
I think because Sam can see you through the window, Sam, you're going to take a point of stress. And Sergeant
do I take
Erickson,
an additional point of stress?
Yep, you're going to take an additional point of stress.
Oh. No. Okay. Well.
And then
I love how I'm getting like mortally attacked, and in the back of Vin's head, it's like, oh shit, doctor's panicking. I guess this is really bad.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's cool. It's the game.
Cutting briefly to the bridge, we see Captain Reeves scrabbling on the floor. We see a viewpoint from like this sort of blue tint with a slight warping to the lens. You're seeing through one of Andy's observation cameras as Captain Reeves is crouching on the floor, scratching at nothing. Trying to, in your mind, you're trying to pick up your sloughed off skin, and you hear Andy's voice. Captain. I don't have any
Andy,
physical
I'm a
weight to
little busy
slap
here.
you. I don't have any physical weight to slap you, or I would. What are you doing, Captain? This is not normal behavior.
Andy, do you not see my skin? It's off my body right now.
It's off.
What is your armor? Check that. Make a body save.
Oh my god. Oh no.
On a side note, wouldn't it be cool if Andy could slap, like just a panel
Right.
opens up in a hand?
Well,
Like a hand.
Like an
Oh,
Inspector
no.
Gadget.
all these panels all over the ship.
all right. How was that body save?
No.
That's a fail.
No.
I got 96.
Captain, I figured out how to slap you. And you feel a jolt of electricity through the floorboard.
Oh,
As
good for you,
Andy
Andy.
overloaded some system and sent an electrical charge into you. As it jolts you, you are going to take 1 point of damage. And the vision instantly just zaps away.
Whoa.
You see nothing on the floor. And you looking at your hands, your skin is there. It's intact.
Badass.
Oh God. Billy just slides up and sits in the chair. All right. Okay. Andy, I need you to do 2 things for me. 3 things. 2 things. 2 things.
By my calculations, you have now asked me to do 10
6.
things.
Okay.
Andy, I need you, whenever I look to acting abnormally, just do that again. Whatever you did.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Second thing. Don't sound so happy, Andy.
Aye.
All right. We need to get out of here. I need you to put in all your resources into trying to get these jump drives back up and running.
Once the jump drives are active, do you want me to initiate a jump?
Yes.
What was the third thing?
Show me the crew quarters.
You look, you see the cameras showing the crew quarters, and you can just see through one of the cameras the open doorway, and you can see out in the hallway. You can see something attacking Sergeant Erickson, and you can only see Dr. Copper's legs. Not that they're severed or anything. That's all the camera you can see. I feel like in this game I had to clarify that.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so Billy, can I assume there's probably like an emergency pistol in the bridge? Would that be a
Absolutely
fair thing to assume?
Case of
Emergency, in case of mutiny.
in case of mutiny.
Yeah, absolutely. You could have there's certainly any firearm that you think would be stored up there. You put it there.
Yeah, I think it would just be kind of like a very basic like pistol, like nothing crazy. But Billy, all right, Andy, I need you to jump when as soon as you can. Also, I'm going down to get the others and bring them back up here. Anyone who is alive. Billy like takes another look at like whatever is attacking Vin. And, when we leave, you need to cut off all access as we're leaving so we can make it to the bridge and get whatever that is away.
Good news, Captain Reeves. I've solved the jump
Oh.
drive issue.
Mhm.
Great.
Initiating jump. Stand by. All of you can feel in various parts of the ship. You feel this as the jump drives are spinning up. Captain Reeves, roll me a D100.
God. We're gonna be fucking jelly. This is ludicrous speed.
You were muted?
Yeah.
36. 36.
As the jump drive begins to spin up, you all feel the sudden, it feels like just the bottom drops out of your stomach as the jump drive is engaged, and you immediately feel as if somebody has punched you in the stomach as you hear as the jump drive immediately fails.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
know how far you jumped, but I'm gonna roll to see who's experiencing this effect.
God.
That is going to be as if you needed even more things to be worried about, Captain Reeves. As this happens, you reached in to the side of your captain's chair, punched in the code, and you pulled out a revolver that was in there. As you pull it out and you feel this, there's not so much a physical sensation of movement of the ship. You just hear and feel that the jump drives engaging and disengaging. The pistol in your hand suddenly turns into a bird and begins flying around inside the cabin.
Oh God. Well.
Captain Reeves, the jump drive failed.
There a bird, Andy, in here?
A bird?
What is a bird?
Yeah.
I'm going to answer this honestly because I assume that's what you want. There is a bird flying in the cockpit on the bridge. It
Wait,
appears to be some sort of parrot.
What?
I think at that Billy's like jaw slack. She was hoping.
Of course, there's no bird.
The parrot suddenly flutters to your shoulder, Billy. There's this just fluttering of wings as it lands on your shoulder, and 3.1415926535895. And all of a sudden,
A pirate.
the bird squawks, and there's a burst of feathers and a clattering as your revolver falls to the ground amongst colorful, brightly colored parrot feathers.
Billy just starts laughing.
That
Like,
can
this
happen
is so
sometimes,
much.
Captain. Jump drives are an improbable science.
Phenomenal.
As we cut back down into the hallway where the other three are, a much less humorous situation is taking place.
Oh,
As
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Copper, what are you doing as Sergeant
Yeah.
Erickson's wrestling with this gaunt crew member?
Well, now I picked, you have the loadout you can pick. So you pick your starting loadout.
Yep.
I picked examination because it has the, diagnostic scanner,
Uh-huh.
and things like that. Apparently, it has a stun baton.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Okay.
I'm going to go up behind this thing, and I'm gonna prune it.
Were there stats for the stun baton?
Yes, I in the main book, it does 1d10, and they have to make a body save or be stunned for 1 round.
All right, go ahead and roll the combat check.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I have any kind of, benefit because it's preoccupied, but
Yeah, I'll say do it with advantage.
okay. Oh well, actually, the first one was 29, so that was actually successful. In case you can get better. No, that's not better.
You always
So
try
yeah,
for that crit.
yes, yeah, exactly. But it's a success.
Yeah, so I'll have it make a body save. That is going to be a fail. So yeah, what does it look like when you hit this thing with a baton?
And I
you
get a
stun
7 on
it
the
off
D10.
of-
Yeah. Yeah. So they look at the other and they realize they can't get into the med lab immediately, and they're gonna need Erickson desperately in a moment. So they go over there and just kind of take the baton and jam it up underneath, like into the armpit of whatever this thing is,
Ooh,
and
yep.
just and up, not only trying to stun it, but sort of shove it away a little bit as in the process. Shove it.
You do
off of
so,
Erickson.
and right in your face as this thing is jammed in there, Sergeant Erickson, the throat opens up and you hear this, and I need both of you to make fear saves.
Oh,
Okay.
But it does, as it screams, it falls away from the effect of this. But I do need fear saves from you.
shit.
I
Fail.
succeeded.
So you are going to take Erickson, you are going to take 1 more point of stress.
God bless America. Okay.
Motherfucker.
But then this thing sort of falls away from you to the floor.
Okay. I
And
lied to you earlier. I do have a submachine gun for
Okay.
the record.
Well,
Okay.
as it falls to the floor, you see a little further away where you were heading,
Mhm.
you hear that tinny sort of industrial music coming from Private King's earbud, but it has that sound kind of like if it were sitting in a glass,
Uh-huh.
because you look over and Private King is pulling herself off the floor, but she's moving like
Oh no! Shut the door! Shut the door! Shut the door!
every segment of her arms and legs has one extra joint in it.
Nope.
As
nope,
she begins
nope.
to pull herself up, and you notice that most of her face is just gone, is a hollow cavity, and you can hear that music echoing inside the cavity of her face.
My God, awesome. I want to shut the door immediately. I want to shut the door. I want to hit the button.
All right,
And
so
while I'm go
we're
ahead.
gonna have to.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Alex.
I thought that she was like part way in and out. I thought she was like blocking the door.
She was,
wasn't
but she stood up just now.
Oh, okay.
So she's sort of standing to where if you can get to the door before she can get to you, you can successfully shut the airlock door.
Yeah,
Actually, it's not an airlock. I'll specify that. This is not an airlock.
Yeah, it's
So,
just a.
You're making a reach for it. I'm going to have you make a speed check.
Okay. Oh God, no! Damn it! I passed, and it's a very low number.
All right. What does it look like as you get across there and get this door closed before Private King can come out?
Oh my God. I imagine I kind of like push myself off the wall I'm on. It's sort of propelling myself forward, and I shut the door and it goes and I immediately am like furiously pushing the button like a little old lady at a casino. And I'm just like, Captain Reeves, I need like a captain override on the crew quarters door. I need this like ultimately locked. I don't know if there's any kind of super lock you can put on this as the captain, but I need this locked, never to be opened again, please. And I'm just like, yeah.
While she's waiting for a response, Cook Copper will just take the stun baton, which I assume is electrical, and just slam it into the control panel for the door.
That'll work.
Do they say something? Do they give a nice one-liner as they do it?
You must.
Yeah.
Have to.
Yeah. I can't think of one. No time for that.
You jam it in, and there's just that. And the door, you immediately start hearing. You can hear these muffled on the other side of the door, but it's not enough to cause you any distress.
Is Garcia still outside, or is he in there?
Garcia's on the floor.
Okay,
and the door to that chamber, that crew quarters, is open. And let's see, that'd be 1, 2, 3. No, Garcia was the only one in that room.
I want to kill Garcia. I want to shoot him with my submachine gun.
Okay. He is incapacitated on the ground, so
great.
You just
I get 4d10 of damage with my submachine gun. Is it pretty much like an automatic hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's already taken. Did you roll 1d10 for your stun damage there?
Oh,
yeah, it was a 7.
And he is going to take an additional, oh my God, 26 points of damage.
There's just this, I imagine here the submachine gun has that sort of, it just automatically sounds like it's silenced. There's just this sort of.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's shredded. You see bone and pieces of meat flying, but no blood.
Huh.
And as the head is shattered open, you see what looks like just a ton of engorged maggots spill out of it.
Doc, what the shit are those?
We need to get someplace secure. The ship. We need to purge this ship. We have a severe biological infection at this point.
We need to purge the ship. We're on it. How do we purge the ship when we're still on it?
Sam.
Well, we'll need to secure someplace.
On the other side of the door in the med bay, you hear the sounds of the submachine gun muffled, and what was Peter in front of you turns his head towards the door and begins to move towards the med bay airlock door.
No, I'm going to put my body in the way, and I'm going to reach to the panel and say, Andy, please turn off all life support to the med bay. Lock the door. Secure it. Start containment protocols.
Following medical procedures. Medical authorization accepted. Med bay, airlock, sealed. And you can hear that. Tutum, tutum. All of you in the hall, you hear that.
Yeah.
You hear the command reverberating throughout the ship, so you hear it as well, Captain Reeves. Life support system. Redirected from med bay. And then you hear this sort of hissing sound. And then the vents that deliver the oxygen just go until they're silent. The
smart
creature is going to attack you as you attempt to block the door.
I think so the only thing that Sam is going to do as this thing is going to attack her, because this is pretty inevitable, she turns into the little hatch where you can see into the hallway. So all you can see is her face at this moment, her very
Mhm.
human eyes,
Oh,
which at this point, I mean, they look very human, except for the fact that there is absolutely zero emotion behind them. So they look as if they're dead. And that is the last thing.
Well, let's see what this thing does to
wow.
you. That is a successful first attack
Well,
and a successful second attack.
that'll do her.
You will take 2 points from the bite as Peter's head bites into your shoulder, and then you hear the cracking sound as the bones elongate in his hands,
Oh,
growing out of the fingertips, and you will take an additional 21 points. What is your current hit point status?
19.
Okay. And I'm gonna need you to make a disadvantaged stress check or sanity. Hold on, wrong book. Sorry. Yes, it's gonna be a sanity check.
Sanity?
Save at disadvantage.
Okay, well, that one is a critical success and that one is a fail. So it would be a fail.
But not a critical fail?
Nope.
Okay, and then yeah, I was doing 2 separate checks here. Sorry, I was confusing them. Also do a oh no, never mind. No, yep, do that. Do a stress check. Dang it. I'm second guessing myself.
Okay, so do I take a stress first for that?
Yes, you take a
sanity?
stress for failing that. It's actually going to be because of the amount of damage you took. I'm going to say you take 2 points of stress.
Okay.
And then make your stress check 2d10. And you want to roll under your stress level. You're going to add them together, the two d10s.
Under stress level or over?
You're adding the numbers together
Yeah.
that you roll, and you want to roll under your stress level.
Well, I rolled a 19, so that's not good. I thought we were rolling over on stress.
No, for stress is the one you want to, if you roll, oh, sorry, yes, you did want to roll over. Dang it. So many, roll under.
I know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you rolled,
I rolled over.
okay, so yeah, you're just cold and emotionless as Peter is ripping into you.
Oh my god.
And you're just standing there staring out the door, and there's still some of these sanguine worms that are in there, or rather they're the sanguine crawlers now.
Oh god. No. They've evolved. It's the second evolution
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's gonna be yeah, that's gonna be more acid sprayed at you.
Oof.
Oops. That is 14 plus. Oh no, that's just 14 more as acid burns into you. And
This is to me still.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So you
And
see
another 10 damage from all of the caustic gas that's filling the air from all of these acid sprays.
So the last look is you're seeing is that the eyes, and then the face starts to dissolve from this
Oh,
acid that's in the
shit.
room until there's you see the I guess the inhuman bits underneath the false skin until it slowly melts, and then it just kind of sinks, and the last thing you see is like the hand is kind of
Oh,
down the
Smeared.
window.
Ugh.
maybe she was just a little bit human after all. Oh,
And then-
Nope.
you son of a bitch, deceased. KIA, it's like freaking Starship Troopers.
And
Would
then
you like to know more?
I would like Erickson and Copper. I would like you to make sanity checks watching
Yeah.
Sam.
Here comes another fail. Oh, I succeeded one.
Oh, I think I got this one.
I'm turning it on now, boys. Let's go.
Yeah, success actually.
We're fine. She was
Yeah.
a robot.
All
Whatever.
right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had really good advantage on that one because I hate
I never
robots.
trusted her anyway.
Captain Reeves.
But
Captain Reeves. What? You there's a situation that has developed in the med bay.
Billy just nods. Billy at this point has kind of is sitting back down on the captain's chair. Bring up the cameras. Let me see.
The displays switch, and you see on all of the displays a couple of images. One of the interior of the med bay, where you see this thing that was Peter. You see the melted form of Sam, and you can see another camera out in the hallway as Sergeant Erickson and Dr. Copper are standing out, having just seen this.
And both of us shrugging in unison.
Andy, where are we? Have we moved at all?
The last jump failed to move us more, as near as I can tell, 20 light years. I cannot calculate, based on the information that I have available, I cannot identify any of the stars, constellations, galaxies.
Ooh.
Captain Reeves, I do not know what I am looking at. Would you like me to
Initiate-
try the jump drive again?
It's our only shot. Initiate distress signal as well.
You see an indicator go off, indicating that that there is a it's the distress beacon is broadcasting in all ranges and directions. You again hear roll me a D100.
Well, that's going to turn us into paste. I can feel it.
A 74?
74.
Yeah.
Oh, look how delighted he is. He never gets this happy about anything. It's going to be terrible.
Oh, God.
Captain Reeves. Jump. Sort of worked. We
Well,
moved.
that's better than last time.
What did I say about ellipses?
We
you
moved
bitch?
50 light years. I don't know in which direction. Captain Reeves, and you hear from behind you, Captain Reeves, you hear your own voice say, "Yes, Andy." Down outside of the medical bay, Dr. Copper
Mhm.
and Sergeant Erickson. Across the hall from you, you see yourselves.
What are we doing?
Looking at yourselves, very confused, and Sergeant Erickson raises their submachine gun at you.
I do the same.
Whoa. I imagine both coppers go, whoa. Erickson's
Yeah, whatever.
In unison, the two Ericksons say, "What the fuck is going on? No, what the fuck is going on?"
is this something that Copper's familiar with, as far as like, can this happen with jump drives, or is it
There is
ever
only
been
one
heard of?
situation that you know of that would cause something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that the jump drive is catastrophically failing, meaning that the complex mathematics that are taking place create a lot of improbabilities. And when jump drives fail, that the nearest anybody could tell is it causes the vehicle and the drive to shift dimensionally,
Mm-hmm.
and the outcomes are unpredictable. It's why so many governments and technological systems, shipbuilders are against jump drive technology, or were for a long time.
All right. Erickson.
Sir, Doc.
Thank you. This kind of thing can happen when jump drives malfunction. It's going to be fine. You're both the real Erickson. Okay.
I slowly lower my submachine gun. Does the other one do the same?
Actually, I would like Erickson, I would like you to make at advantage a sanity check.
Okay.
Which
Advantage, huh? Yeah. The one that can roll dice.
What is your sanity level?
My sanity is 25. So this is unlikely even with advantage, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Dice.
I dropped my dice. That's a fail. And that is a success with a 2.
You begin to lower your submachine gun, but your double doesn't. Your double is holding the submachine gun back and forth. What is your current stress level?
7.
Oh. Okay.
Copper looks over at the other copper. Can you talk to her?
Copper.
You talk her off the fucking ledge.
As
please.
you say that, you notice, both of you, that from the other side of the medbay door, you now see 2 of this Peter creature.
Ooh, didn't need that.
2 dead Sams.
You do not.
Okay.
Those living stuff, I guess.
You
Living.
Your double, Erickson. How do I know you're real?
And
And even if you are real,
I'm looking. I pull out. Oh, I know what I pull out the the wanted poster, and I say, "We're looking for something, right? Me, you, both of us.
How do you have that? She reaches in and she pulls out the same wanted poster.
And it's got Ajax's face on. I'm like, the last ditch went down with him, right? There's only 5 of us left. We know their names.
Well, technically there's 6 of us now.
Soon to be 5. If we have our way, right?
I don't have any idea what's going on, but
It's a jump drive malfunction.
I didn't ask
It's
you to
going to be
explain
fine.
it.
And I put my hand on Dr. Copper's shoulder and I'm like, I got this, Doc. It's me. It's us.
I sort of imagine like both coppers sort of like backing sideways away from this confrontation in case
Scooby-Doo backing up.
Yeah, in case a firefight erupts between the Ericksons.
Yeah.
And by the way, Copper would probably know this. Are there any escape pods on this ship?
Copper's noping out. I'm done. Nope.
Honestly,
I'm tapping.
I don't see any on the map.
don't see
if there's no escape pods, I'm gonna have a strongly worded letter to the captain.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Since you asked the question, roll a D100.
Oh dear. Okay.
I have also rolled a D100. There is a 10% chance
81.
of something.
Okay. 81.
Really? I rolled a 77.
Oh my
Did you really?
God.
Yep. You know
Well.
that in the cargo bay, there is parked a 6-person vehicle that is it's a shuttle, but more. It's a shuttle that's usually used as can be used as a landing craft. It has wheels. So it can be used. It's outfitted in such a way that it can be used for air, sea, and land travel. It can handle intra-atmosphere flight, and it can handle short distances of outer space travel.
Okay. Well, listen, Ericksons, however this happened, we should probably think about getting off the ship. It's infected.
We gotta
Right.
get Captain
So
Reeves too.
All right, that's fine. We get Captain Reeves. I think I don't think there's anyone else on board at this point, but we need to leave. Do you remember that transport we have in the cargo bay?
Yeah.
We take that and we set the ship to self-destruct and we get out of here.
I look at the med bay through the med bay window where the 2 just abominations are going off and destroying shit. And I'm like, I think you're probably right. And then I get on my comms and I'm like, Captain Reeves. And I'm just like,
There's probably 2.
Captain Reeves is what's the proper plural for that? I don't know.
Captain Reeves, you hear Erickson in your earpiece.
Captain Reeves, come in.
You also hear behind you, Captain Reeves, your own voice say, "Don't answer. Turn around slowly."
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Captain Reeves, come in. Fuck me.
Billy turns to face the other Billy.
The other Billy has the revolver in their hand, pointed right at you.
Who's gonna shoot M this week? Maybe it'll be M.
Andy, is there another me on this deck? Are there 2 of us?
Yes, Captain.
All right. Okay.
Copper will get on the comms. Captains, we need to evacuate the ship. We're infected. We need to abandon ship immediately.
I'm shaking my head saying things like, Doc, I'm going up there. I'm going up there.
Okay. Leave the other Erickson. Only one Erickson. We can only lose one Erickson.
Goddamn right. We
We-
can only lose one Erickson.
I just imagine that both Dr. Coppers have just leaned into this. They're putting their heads together.
Oh yeah.
They're
Like,
cooperating.
The
We're
most reasonable
unstoppable now.
response.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Captain Reeves, what is your current stress level?
Ooh.
Did you say?
I didn't hear. And what's your stress level, dude?
Oh, my stress.
Yeah.
5. Sorry.
Okay. The other Captain Reeves seems to be holding their cool, but they're not lowering the revolver that they're pointing right at your face.
All right. Let's just get out of here. We can sort all this out after.
After what?
This. After we figure out where we are and after we get out.
To where? You heard Andy. We don't even know where we are.
Captain Reeves, I'm coming up. What's going on?
There'll be something. We set out the Mayday. We've done everything. We've done everything right.
Meanwhile, I say to the Erickson, all right, you come with us and let's get the shuttle prepped.
You say to the false Erickson
Well,
or me?
it's well, no, the other Erickson. Let's not
The other one, not Carrie.
let's
Got
not
it.
judge. Yeah.
Okay. No, listen, I'm the real one. This is fucking bullshit. So I'm just gonna be like, okay, there can be only one. And
There can be only one.
I'm like, I kind of nod at the doctor. I nod at my Dr. Copper, and I'm like, I'm going up to the bridge. I'll meet you all down at the wherever the things are parked.
The cargo,
Yeah.
which
One level down.
is one level down.
The other Erickson says, the cargo bay is one level down. I'll take them down there.
Sounds good. I trust you more than I've ever trusted anyone in my life. And I start heading back up towards the bridge.
All right.
Well, there's only the one elevator, so Sergeant Erickson, you get to the elevator and you take it up as the others wait a moment, and then Dr. Copper, and Sergeant Erickson go down to the cargo bay. On the bridge, the other Captain Reeves, you can see there's a twitchiness in the way they're looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can see the eyes furiously flitting about. You can tell that they are on the verge of panicking.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Listen. Oh,
Wait, you said you had 5 stress?
yeah, 5.
Do me a favor and roll me roll me a D100. No, 2D10.
And add them?
Yes.
9.
9.
Plus 7 is 15.
9. Sometimes
Okay.
I think Jake has frozen, but he hasn't.
No.
Very still
That's
when
me
you're
He
solving.
just does that.
Only my eyes are moving. You see as this other Reeves looks at you, and you can tell by the look in their eyes, you can see that something is wrong. And all of a sudden, they look down at the floor, and they begin discharging the revolver at the floor.
Oh,
I need you to make a body
double-
save to avoid getting shot.
Double the
Oh.
insanity.
Dance.
Or you can do
Um,
something else.
Yeah, no, Billy's not going to try and avoid it. Billy is going to charge the other Billy to protect the ship and everyone who's alive on it. So, yeah.
Okay, so this Billy failed their sanity check, and that roll I had was had you roll for the panic, which was more hallucinations. So it seems to
Oh.
run in the
Yeah.
it seems to run
Run
through
in the
it
timeline
carries over
family.
in the duplication process.
Awesome.
So go ahead and make a combat check, but you're trying to barrel into them.
Can I do,
um,
could I argue like strength if I'm just trying to like
do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Do a
throw my
strength.
entire body at them?
And if you have any skills that you can apply to that, you can certainly do that.
Oh, I did take one thing in military training because of Reeves's
Right?
mom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, 10%?
Mhm.
So yeah, you can add 10% to your strength score, and then that's what you're trying to roll under.
No, that's an 80.
Oof.
You are going to get hit as you go charging. You're going to get hit by the revolver. You're going to get hit for 20 points of damage as you get shot in both of your legs.
Oh shit! Oh no!
They seem to be hallucinating and trying to shoot at something. They're screaming. They're everywhere. They're all over the place. They're on you.
Oh no!
In screaming, Billy's going to say, "Andy, you know what to do. This Billy's
Oh.
lost their mind."
This Billy's lost.
What is your Billy score? What is your
100.
what is your
That's what it is.
what is your body
100%
score?
Billy.
My what? Sorry.
Your body score.
30.
You see the jolt go into this figure,
Oh, nice.
and it doesn't
Nice.
stop them.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Rolled a 15 on their body save.
No.
Ugh.
They take the damage, and you can see that they're starting to smolder. You did successfully, slam into them and knock them down, getting shot in the process. And they're just holding this gun and clicking, and you see them. It's you. They're getting in you. And they're holding the gun up towards you, trying to pull the trigger, and you just hear, next to your head, you hear click, click, click.
Jesus.
And in
Shit.
your other hand is still the revolver.
Oh, get him. Done. Dead. Am
Yeah.
I there yet? How far away was I?
I would
We
say
we
Pan to
saw this,
Vin,
didn't you?
elevator
Or-
music.
I imagine a quick cut to
Yeah.
Vin in the elevator with like a little music going on. Like,
Yeah.
It's the complete antithesis of the music that Sydney was always listening to. The elevator gets up, the doors open just as you hear muffled
pull out
gunfire
my
from the bridge.
SMG.
Billy, what are you doing?
Billy's shooting the other Billy.
All right, roll with advantage.
Oh, yeah. 37.
Nice.
Roll 3d10.
Oh,
Oh.
say goodnight.
12.
The airlock door opens, and Sergeant Erickson, you see two Billy Reeves wrestling with each other, one of them bleeding profusely from leg wounds, and you see just as the other one unloads a couple of rounds into the one on the ground.
Oh. Is the other one now dead?
Nope. They're
Okay.
both wounded. You don't know
shit.
which one is which.
Which one of y'all's the real one? Which one was he here first, I guess?
Billy,
I
roll
think
Billy, roll a D10.
2.
Okay.
Ooh.
Carry on.
All right. I think both Billies would say I am, like at the exact same time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. And Vin just looks like totally aghast and looks over her shoulder at where she left her cigar resting on like a computer panel, like, okay, thank God, that's better.
Vin, as you're standing there, there's the captain's chair. The two Billies are on the floor behind the captain's chair in front of you. The other two consoles are on either side.
Mm-hmm.
They suddenly illuminate in this blue light of Andy,
Mm-hmm.
and you just see two arrows going pointing at the Billy that's sitting upright.
Awesome. I shoot the other Billy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay. Well, what do I roll to attack? Like, what is it?
Roll your combat score.
Combat.
Combat score. Okay, got it. Okay. Super duper. Oh. That's still a fail. Can I use a mythos dice?
Absolutely.
We still have 2.
Yeah.
Can I roll with
we
advantage
got 3 of them
again, or
because
just one more?
We got another one, so there's 3 of them.
Can I roll with advantage again, or just one more roll?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage again.
Super. Oh, that's gonna be a hit, and I ain't even gonna roll again. I will.
Oh,
just
if it's
in
a
case.
crit.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not. It's not.
So
a crit,
roll your
but it was an
4d10.
8. Okay, I will. Here we go.
Big
Say
money.
goodnight. All righty. So the false Andy takes 16 points of damage. Billy. Yeah. What did I say? Andy?
Andy,
Yeah.
My bad. Billy takes 16.
don't kill Andy yet.
You unload the just that.
Mhm.
And you watch as you, again, just like with Garcia, except this time there's a lot of blood. And one Billy Reeves is now dead.
Captain Reeves.
Captain
You
Reeves
okay?
just gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Blood sprayed across half of her face.
Is this the Billy with bullets in her legs?
Yeah. Billy,
Like-
you stand up and you immediately feel a little woozy.
Ooh. Ooh. Come on. Lean on me now. And I just sort of like prop up Captain Reeves. And I'm like, what you say we get the hell off of this piece of shit?
Captain Reeves nods. But as they're going, Andy, once we're out, initiate self-destruct sequence. And I'd like to add a message to the distress signal.
Affirm. Recording.
This is Captain Reeves on the Xandra. There has been a biological outbreak on this ship. If you see any remnants of this ship, do not enter. I will say again, do not enter. Do not pick up any part of this ship. There's been a biological hazard that is extremely deadly to humans. Fly far away from this if you can. End message.
Recorded.
I kind
Appending
of
to distress message.
I pat Billy's arm. What? You sounded a hell of a lot like a captain just then. Your mom would be proud.
I think that's the first time Billy ever smiles at the mention of her mom instead of just cringing or feeling bad. But this, I think she takes Vin's words and takes them to heart and just grins.
You hear all of you throughout the ship. You hear Andy's voice. Self-destruct sequence initiated. 5 minutes until self-destruct.
Oh shit!
Nice.
All right. I sort of imagine now as Copper and Erickson 2 are getting off the
Copper and
elevator.
Erickson, it's a law firm.
Erickson 2, they're getting out the elevator. The doors are open, and you hear Copper talking to Copper, and it's like, well, yeah, but if I change my name to Tin, then we can be Bronze. You know, and they're walking up.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So Copper and Erickson, you get to the cargo bay doors, and you find that they are locked with the original override that the captain put on.
Right.
But a few moments later, Captain Reeves and other Erickson show up. Captain Reeves leaning on Erickson, bleeding from 2 wounds in their legs. You're going to take another 7 points of damage from the bleeding.
So Reeves is still bleeding out.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 coppers will go over with their matching first aid kits and perform dual first aid on one on each leg.
All right.
And Erickson's kind of joking.
Go ahead
at
and
this
do
point.
2
Like,
checks, 1 for each.
Erickson rolls up is like, well, what are y'all you numbnuts waiting for?
All right.
Self-destruct in 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Let's get on let's get on the ship.
We can do all of this on the escape shuttle.
So for this, I roll percentile and then add my
It's a skill check, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would add your intellect score. Add your expertise to your intellect score.
The intellect, yeah, got it. Yep. It's a 38. That's 1 success for Copper Prime, and a 32 for Tin.
So those are both successes. So
yeah,
healing. Trying to remember how the healing works. That's buying a ship. I don't want that.
Hiring a mercenary, buying a ship, taking out a bullet.
Yeah,
Here it is.
I had that bookmarked. Oh, here we go. Advantage. Which actually worsen. Critical success. Doubles. Okay. However much you succeeded by on each of those is how much health the captain receives.
Oh, okay. Let's see that. One was I forget what the first one was. The second one was a 32. The other one was 30
something.
Yeah.
And your score was
well with my training, or it's 54. So it'd be 20, like I don't know, like 20.
It's gonna be close to 30 points. We'll call it 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You've got 2 incredibly intelligent young scientific minds that know exactly how to heal these wounds. As you're standing there at the door that is locked and only can be overridden by you, Captain Reeves, while they're sort of patching you up, you reach over and you enter in the sequence. The large cargo bay airlock, it's twice the size of the other ones. It rolls in these two segments away.
Nice.
And you see the artifact that you had, along with other things you had recovered. There was a piece of technology that was this sphere made up of these tessellated triangles that's sitting where it was tied down to pallets, to steel pallets. You now see that there are pieces of these tessellated triangles lying everywhere. The bay is crawling with these like translucent maggot things, and you see one figure standing in the midst of this broken sphere, standing 7 feet tall. It has appendages in odd places, and it has a featureless face until it splits and an impossibly large mouth opens. The focus shifts, and just over its shoulder, I mean, this is a big cargo bay. Just past it is the away vehicle. As this thing prepares to scream, I would like everybody to
I want to throw a frag grenade at it.
Well, first, what I would like is for everybody to I want everybody to make a wrong book.
Oh no.
I'm trying to find the surprise check.
What?
God.
To see if you're surprised. Here we go. Okay. All of you make speed checks.
Oh boy.
Karen, you will be doing rolls for this creature.
Oh, nice. I failed.
All right. So speed.
So go ahead and also roll a speed check.
So I got a 22, which means critical success.
Oh,
Is it
Yes.
under? Excellent.
I failed.
Okay. Copper Prime got a critical success. With an 11, and Copper or Tin, I guess we'll call them now. Just failed.
Do I have to roll
Although
for the other Erickson?
Yes, please roll for the other Erickson.
Okay. The other Erickson also failed.
Although, you know what, I'm gonna use one of the Mythos dice or whatever for
That's
Okay.
the last
for
one.
the
Last one.
is it? Yeah, I'm gonna use
Yep,
that for the other.
Good.
Well, no, there were 3.
I used 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 5. Nice.
Oh, nice. Good.
That's what you needed. Because there was I believe a critical success, 2 critical successes in there.
Yeah. one from
So you all are going to get
Characters.
to act before this creature gets to make its turn. So all of you can decide in what order you want to do, but basically you get to if you succeeded. Well, we're gonna do it this way. All of you get to take 2 actions from the cheat sheet. You can attack, bandage a wound, check crew members' vitals, draw. There's a whole list of things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a large cargo bay. This thing is not in any means obstructing your passage, but there are a bunch of these maggot crawler things all over the place. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead and decide amongst you who's going to do what.
do I get to go with them even though I failed?
Yes, I
not?
did it as a group check.
Okay, good.
So
Sounds-
as a group, you all get to
Okay.
take your turns
Okay.
first.
guys, so this is Carrie talking. I think
Yeah.
we freaking like scatter and then reassemble at the escape vehicle. I think that's the plan.
That's what I was thinking as well.
And any
Jump-
I
yeah.
think Captain Reeves needs to be first priority. Any doubles can be sacrificial lambs.
And here's a question that Copper might know. Can Andy just turn off the artificial gravity in the cargo bay?
Yeah. Andy can affect different parts of the ship in different ways.
So yeah, I'm I guess Copper Prime will they're going to ask Andy to turn off the disengage artificial gravity in main cargo bay. Well, because then none of these things can move towards us. They'll have
Yep,
nothing to push
yep.
off of, nothing to
Yep.
push against.
No
Unless-
propelling.
Exactly, they can't move. They're going to be largely immobile.
Smart.
So it'll buy us time.
So Andy responds, I will have to seal the airlock.
Ooh.
Gravity off. And you all just feel that slight shift. And then you hear 3 minutes and 30 seconds until self-destruct.
Captain Reeves did say after we're off the ship, Andy. Just pointing that out.
Artificial gravity re-engaged.
Oh, pfft. Asshole.
3 minutes and 10 seconds
God damn
until
it.
self-destruct.
We gotta go.
All right. So who's doing what?
I guess I want to go. I want to avoid the maggots, but I want to try to just I go forward. I imagine I would probably go first, being a person of action.
So I see both Sergeant Erickson's immediately taking up squad tactics. When one goes high, the other goes low.
Yep.
They're moving.
Hey, you
forward.
have a friendly Marine with you now.
Yes, I do have a friendly Marine. I get a +5.
So
Thanks, bud.
Karen, you and I are both gonna make you're gonna make combat rolls and just tell me what you get. We need to roll. Whoops, that's a D20. We
The
need to
best
roll
possible
low
way.
for them to work.
I rolled a 54.
That is so cool.
So the first one's a fail. Roll one more.
A 30.
So some of these creatures on the ground, they are trying to. They're all around you, and they're trying to bite you, both of you, as you begin moving. But none of them succeed.
Nice.
So what's your speed?
Whose speed?
Yours.
Mine. It is a 29.
Is that
Very big and slow.
all right? So you get about halfway across the cargo bay towards the escape vehicle. Doctor's Copper.
Okay.
Plural.
So Copper will take out their stun batons and point in two different directions, and they head out to try and make it to the shuttle vehicle. And if any of these things start to come near them, they'll take the stun baton and just slam it into the deck, and see if they can stun any of these things, while they're trying to crawl towards them. Or if they're big enough, then they'll just whack them. But
You're doing this while moving across, you said?
yeah, they're gonna head in two different directions.
Okay.
To better the chance that one of them will make it.
So Karen, we're gonna roll 2 attacks again, but we're gonna do so at disadvantage. So that's a fail.
And they're running like hell.
So I failed both of my attacks. You're muted.
sorry, 81 and 73.
Oh yeah, those are both fails. So, Doctors Cooper, you're both successfully clearing a path. Because you're doing this, you're only able to make it about a quarter of the distance across the room.
Okay.
But you successfully clear several of these things out of the way, zapping them and batting them away. Captain Reeves.
Captain Reeves knows that they are probably one of the only ones who can drive this thing, this ship, perhaps. So they are just trying to run fast and
just follow
run
in our
hard.
wake.
Yep. It's funny. The patch that I got, it was if I'm running, keep up is what it says. Our patches were all
I love
perfect.
That's awesome.
I love it.
That's amazing.
So
I never got to say my patch, but my
Karen,
patch
what
was
is your patch?
It was the atom symbol.
Oh,
perfect.
Nice.
Oh my god.
All right, Kieran, as well, I want you to make a speed check. Captain Reeves. I'm gonna do so with advantage.
Oh, thank God. That first roll was not great. All right. Oh, just makes it.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
So I need Karen. Roll. Oh wait, no. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's a save for this.
uh-oh.
Karen, I need you to roll 3d10.
Ooh, man.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. 23.
Captain Reeves, you feel something tugging inside your head. It feels as if something is trying to pull your brain out through your skull. Your head begins to split with this headache, not literally physically split. Again, I feel the need to clarify. But you take 23 points of damage, and I need a sanity check.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a fail.
All right. Karen, roll a d10.
Oh, 9.
You take 5 points of stress, Captain Reeves.
Ooh, 5? Oh,
Yep.
that's
Damn.
Yikes. Okay.
That was a telekinetic drain.
oh.
Next, this figure opens up its mouth, which basically fills its entire head, and it lets out this horrific scream. And I need everybody to make a fear save.
Oh. Fear.
Oh man, that's a fail.
If you fail, you need to, well, Karen, you need to roll a d10.
I'm scared too. Oh my god, it's another 9.
Wow.
All right, so
One copper succeeded, one failed.
if you failed the scream attack, you will take another 5 stress.
Shit.
Oh.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to
That's
put a
so bad.
slash in my sheet here.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything for succeeding?
Yeah, you're not
Bonuses?
closer to death.
Did anything good
okay.
happen?
No, nothing good.
Well, no, I didn't know.
happens.
Well, I know with like Call of Cthulhu Sanity, like even if you succeed, you can take some. So I wasn't sure if it's the same.
So I would like all of you to go again. It's your turn, and then Karen, you can decide if this thing is going to give chase and try to physically stop anybody on its turn, or if it's going to, it can't do the telekinetic drain again, but you can roll if you want to attempt the scream again. Otherwise, it can attempt to make bite and claw attacks against somebody or up to 2 targets. So we're back to, the Sergeants Erickson, you are leading the way.
All right. So how close am I now to the escape vehicle?
You made it halfway
About?
to the vehicle on the
I made
last
it
turn.
halfway there. Okay. Because I pretty much just ran. So
2 minutes and 45 seconds to self-destruct.
What freaking Erickson Alpha is gonna do is go half the speed to the vehicle, and I kind of want to, can I do it as a free action to just see how Captain Reeves is doing? Like, just
you can look and see that they're not doing well.
Like, have they stopped running?
I don't know. Did you stop running?
No, I probably slowed down a bunch and was like stumbling
I would say
around.
they're stumbling forward, holding their head.
Okay, then as a free action, I see that shit, and then what I want to do for my second action is I want to shoot at the monster.
All right.
Okay, so it's a combat. Fudge nut. Well, that's a fail. That's a fail on the
Well, there's
attack,
2 of you.
So.
Yeah, there's 2 of you.
Yeah, so the other Erickson decides to run, and then when she sees the other Erickson do that, she's going to do the same thing. Here we go. Here we go. And she succeeded. Erickson Beta. Hell yeah, everybody. Erickson Beta. We're going to go ahead and, that's a 4d10 with the submachine gun. And this, holy shit. Oh my God. 29 plus 5 is 34 points of damage on Karen.
Nice.
You fill this thing full of holes, shredding parts of its body. You see pieces of it breaking away, bones chipping, skin flaking apart. And every piece of it that falls turns into more of these translucent maggots. It is not dead yet.
Oh my God.
Dr. Copper, what are you doing?
We're continuing to get to the
all right,
escape vehicle.
Kieran, we're gonna make each gonna make 2 more attack rolls against the doctors. That's a fail. And that's a fail.
54 and 60.
Both are fails. Doctors, you are continuing to swat away these maggoty things, and you are you're sort of caught up to the one Sergeant Erickson that slowed up a bit to turn and take aim. The other one's a little bit closer, and Captain Reeves.
Captain Reeves sees one thing only, and it's that escape.
Go ahead and make
ship.
a speed check.
Get out.
Oh no. I haven't rolled 100.
Oh no.
Oh, that's good. That's good, right? Because that's low.
Oh wait, yeah, 00 is a critical success.
Oh,
That's really
my
good.
God, congratulations.
Yes, 00 is an automatic critical success in this game.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
okay. I thought
Captain
that was
Reeves.
Never mind. All
Captain
right.
Reeves, you sort of snap out of this feeling, and you just it's like you have this moment of clarity.
Or stump right past.
And you see the target ahead. Everything seems to slow down around you, and you sprint and close the distance and make it to the door just as you hear to the entry hatch of this vessel, just as you hear 2 minutes and 25 seconds to self-destruct. Karen, what are you going to do? Are you going to chase somebody down?
We're going to attack that annoying biologicals that are peppering us with the
So you
hurtful
can either
items.
roll to see. You can either roll to see if you can do a horrific scream, or you can target one of them, and make your attacks.
Make air attacks. I'm just gonna claw
All right.
whatever that was. Yeah.
So your targets are Doctors Copper
Erickson's.
and Sergeant Erickson.
The Ericksons. Yeah. They were the ones shooting at us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll a combat roll.
Okay. Oh, 66.
That is a success on
Oh,
the bite on the first Erickson. Go ahead and roll for your second Erickson, or do you want to concentrate on one Erickson?
no, both.
Okay. Then slash out with your claws.
At Erickson Beta.
A 62.
Also a success.
Damn.
So the
For
first one would be a
each.
crit success, right?
What's that?
The first
Wait.
one was
You rolled a 66?
yeah.
Oh.
That was at Erickson Beta. I said it. I said it out loud.
That was on the alpha. Beta was the
Okay.
second attack. That wasn't a crit.
Oh.
So the crit hit
Oh no.
is,
Oh no.
where did it say that? I'm trying to think if it's double damage.
I mean, I'm a tank.
All right, you're gonna roll critical hit.
I'll be fine.
Anytime you roll doubles.
Side note, tonight I am drinking
screw
Blake's
it.
Hard Cider, everyone. Blake's Hard Cider, a
Nice.
cider
So-
company out of Michigan.
We're gonna do the alpha in a second. So roll 3d10
I
for the
think that is
claws
sponsored.
against Erickson Beta.
3d10 against Erickson Beta. Oh no.
That's a 10.
Roll 6d10 versus alpha.
Ah,
Okay.
low
That
numbers.
is- Oh,
Low numbers, no whammies. Let's go.
25 plus 12 is 37. Sorry.
37? That's not that bad. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm hurt.
All right.
Well, yeah. Oh, it didn't feel good.
So, Erickson's, you just got ripped
So-
apart by this thing. What are you going to do?
Erickson Beta initially gets hit with the claws, right? So Erickson Beta would kind of almost like as Karen scoops up like across Erickson Beta's chest, Erickson Beta gets like spun around almost by the force of the impact and then just starts running as the rest of the party has kind of run past her. And then taking the bite, Erickson Alpha like is just like screaming as like a kind of a horrific chunk of like her shoulder and her like collarbone meat is like ripped away. And as it is, she too is spun around and then just starts like running a little bit, like limping for the first few steps, and then adrenaline seems to take over as she continues to run.
Hey, did you say something about grenades?
Yeah, well,
that
listen,
might be
I
the
think
time.
this is the better choice now. Get the out.
All right.
I'll launch a grenade as we're flying
Doctors
safely away.
Copper. You're continuing.
Oh yeah,
round?
we're getting to the, especially when once we see Captain Reeves get to the door. You know, that's the the light at the end of the tunnel. So we're getting to that hatch, you know, to get on board.
All right. The maggoty things get one last set of attacks. Roll 2 more attacks there, Karen.
50 and 60.
They continue to avoid, and you make your way to the ship. As Captain Reeves, what are you doing? You were able to make it to the ship while they're running away, running towards you. What are you doing?
Getting in and leaving the door open for everyone else, and getting everything spooled up. I imagine she like runs and slams into the pilot seat and begins like flipping up, pushing buttons, you know, and getting everything
Expertly like freaking pulling levers and shit.
getting
Oh, yeah.
everything spooled up.
and Bronze is going to block the door. They're gonna basically stay there with their batons and just keep the door clear for the Ericksons. And they're shouting, "Come on, we're leaving!"
So
in unison, like
as you're standing there, and the
They're
Ericksons
harmonizing.
are making their final
we're
run.
leaving. We're leaving.
Kieran, you can either run down the Ericksons and make more attacks. You can roll to see if you can do the horrific scream. Those are your options.
Yeah,
or you
I
can do
think I think seeing the prey disappear, it will be the try to roll for the horrific scream.
all right, so roll a D100.
$14.
You get to do a horrific scream. You needed to beat a 35%.
Oh no.
Everybody, because the doors are still open, all of you need to make fear saves.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Fear.
Shit.
Oh no.
I failed.
If Kieran, roll a D10.
Success.
Everybody's going to take an addition that fails is going to take an additional 3 stress.
All right.
And then
So 1 success and 1 fail again.
I want from everybody,
Erickson Beta also failed.
from all of you, I want if I can find it. Why do I keep losing it? Okay. I need all of you to make stress checks now.
Oh no. Oh no.
And if you roll
10, that succeeds.
Oh, it's
And it's
2d10.
just-
You're trying to get over your stress level, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I was doing this wrong too. Every time you
Shit.
succeeded, you were supposed to remove stress.
Oh.
Well, it's not going to help me this
Well,
time.
I mean, we're in the closing moments of the game. I think it's irrelevant at this point.
I failed my stress check, and I have bad news for everybody. But
Yeah.
so I failed my stress check, and whenever a Marine panics, every friendly character nearby must make a fear save.
Oh boy.
I don't think. Well, yeah, I think the captain probably wouldn't because the captain is like off in the.
Well,
in
the
the
captain
think
is
the
far
captain's-
away yet.
The captain's far enough away from you
Yeah,
Yeah,
that she wouldn't be affected by that.
but Bronze needs to roll.
Yeah.
Bronze needs to roll
and
100%.
I'm going to say both of you do too, because there's 2 of you. There's 2 Marines.
Okay, so
So-
Erickson Beta, her fear save is actually. Oh shit! She fails.
And so if you failed your stress check, I need a panic check. It's 2d10. Add your stress to it.
So 2d10, I add my stress to
So
that.
you're going to add your 2d10 together
Yes.
and then add your stress on top of that and tell me that number.
29.
Oh.
I don't like that sound.
Which was that
Ooh.
alpha or beta?
That was beta. What? Yes, that was beta. Because alpha triggered the stress check. Like, so
Right,
she
right, it
doesn't
would
have
have
to
to
make
be,
the
yeah.
fear.
Right, but you failed your stress check the first time.
I
Right.
failed my stress check.
You panicked.
That's the panic,
So,
yeah.
So
can
it's
Yeah.
we just say
your
this is
panic
alpha
that's
and
happening.
beta? Yes. Okay.
Right.
So this panic, can we say it's for probably alpha and beta?
Well,
Just-
this will be perfect because as Doctor's Copper, as Bronze, is standing in the doorway, Captain Reeves, you're getting the final things in place. The away vehicle is just beginning to lift. You hear Andy, 1 minute and 30 seconds until self-destruct. Sergeants Erickson, both of you, your mind snaps.
Hmm.
Psychological collapse. You become permanently, irreparably insane.
Oh.
Your character is now played by the warden.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's been fun, guys.
I would like you to narrate what the two sergeants do as they stop running toward the away vehicle and turn to face this creature.
Do both of them turn to face the creature?
Mm-hmm.
So
You can do whatever you want. This is your final narrative moment.
they both just kind of run a last couple of steps, and then you would notice like the intensity kind of go out of their eyes, both of them. And where their guns were normal, like right in front of them, they just sort of like kind of fall to their side, and they sort of watch the ship lift. And then they both slowly turn back to the creature. And then you hear like a dunk, dunk as the two guns fall to the deck. And then they just sort of almost outside of themselves start walking towards the creature, like without any kind of a consciousness to them. They're just walking towards it.
As they begin walking towards the creature, in slow motion, as you're lifting the vehicle, the away vehicle, through the open door, looking over your shoulder, Captain Reeves, you see what the two sergeants are doing. Dr. Scooper, you're in the doorway. You see this as well as the ship is lifting. With every step they take towards this creature, more and more of these translucent maggots begin climbing up them and burrowing into their skin.
Oh my gosh.
Close the doors.
Close the doors.
Yeah. I don't want to see
As
that.
Andy automatically opens the airlock doors. And there's a moment where you just see flashing in front of the cockpit, you see both sergeants and this figure jettisoned out the airlock.
Oh wow. Oh god.
And you pilot the craft out of the cargo bay doors and into open space, firing the thrusters. You take off.
Get some distance.
And in Captain Reeves's head, you hear Vin's voice saying, "Your mom would be proud."
As the away vehicle is flying off, you still hear Andy's voice coming across the cockpit. 50 seconds until self-destruct. 40 seconds.
The coppers will get into chairs and they'll belt themselves in preparation for the inevitable shockwave of the ship's explosion.
As the ship blasts past one of the portholes, we see from inside the ship as this away vehicle goes. Inside the ship, we see the dead body of Garcia. We hear the pounding still on the door to the locked crew quarters. We see the closed med bay doors as suddenly they go. We see a pair of white booted feet come walking out, stepping over the form of Garcia. And Karen, what do we see?
You see a half melted Sam.
Oh,
The mechanical constructs on the right hand side face right down to like the gears and stuff that's inside, but the left hand side still has that human looking eye, and it walks out of the med bay up to the elevator, takes it to the bridge, walks into the bridge. And the abort destruction sequence.
Series 4, medical android. Authorization recognized. Self-destruct. Aborted.
Erase the last message of the captain.
No.
Authorization acknowledged.
Maintain
Distress beacon appended message deleted.
Maintain distress signal.
Distress signal maintaining.
Oh.
With that, this half-melted android sits down in the captain's chair, and you see it smile at the camera.
And in that away vehicle, as you're speeding away, you hear 30 seconds until self-destruct. 29, 28, 27, 26. Self-destruct. Aborted. And that's where we're going to end.
Wow. God damn it.
Wow.
Oh, Karen!
Karen messaged me like a half hour ago or something like that.
Karen. Shit. Well, by the way, so Karen just did like 3 things. Freaking the abort the destruct signal, and then deleting the message, but then leaving the beacon. That, oh my God, that was so calculated.
So
Wow.
that was EXSANGUIS, a Mothership RPG sci-fi horror adventure one-shot. All I knew is that, because what the audience doesn't know is that I actually gave the players complete agency before the game to determine whether they were on their way to a mission, on their way from, what's the name of the ship, a lot of that stuff. So that's where all that was established. All I knew was creepy AF space vampires. That's all I knew. Everything else was left up to the system, roll tables. I think we did okay with the system. I think it got a little weird with combat. I don't fully understand some aspects, so I want to, read through the rules some more to try to understand that better. But
I'd love to play Mothership again, though.
But
it's a great system.
I love the character. I think character generation. Another thing that we didn't really do with this, that I think is a real strong suit of this system, is you cooperatively build your ship together. So we used sort of a pre-generated ship that's from a different module. I actually used, in case anybody's curious, there is a Mothership module called Dead Planet. And I used the stats for Gaunts, Death Worms, Gaunt Hounds, and Gaunt Crawlers, and Gaunt Walkers. So that's where I was getting the combat stats and the damage stats and everything from. The jump drive, there's a chart in there for jump drive failures. So when you wanted to start getting the jump drive going, I'm like, oh, okay. And I got excited because I thought, okay, there's a 1 in however many chance that they're going to roll for duplicates of themselves.
You made a sound during this game, Jake, that I have never heard you make before. You were absolutely giddy.
I was so excited because it's the one I wanted to see.
That's funny.
So yeah, I hope you all had fun. I had a lot of fun with this. I love whether it's our Mythos games or these Halloween one shots, because I turn it up to 11. From what I normally do in my games, I get to kind of let loose a little bit with the creepiness factors, and I think I squigged some of you out a couple times with some of the, I think Engorged Maggot set off a few red flags.
Yeah, that was visceral. That was real, man. That was real.
So actually, in the message that Karen sent me was, I totally want an engorged false Sam to be seen walking.
Yeah, I totally missed that on the description. I wanted to say that
it was
the little
perfectly
red
done.
things were all over. Yeah.
and I didn't know if we get to do it. I wanted to throw in the tessellated triangular sphere
From the
which
intro.
was in the intro.
Yeah.
Yep, got
Yeah, that was
ball.
cool.
But
I did notice that.
yeah, this was absolutely a lot of fun. As I said, I hope you all did too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hope whether you
was a
watch
blast.
this with us live or if you watch later when I load up the VOD, because believe me, if the VOD is not up there in a week, Carrie's going to start bugging me and going, when you getting the VOD up? When you getting the VOD
Wow.
up?
Listen, I like watching on
Hey, I
YouTube
appreciate it because
versus
sometimes I
Twitch,
get distracted.
as most of your audience does, as I noticed by the poll on Mini Terrain Domain on Twitch.
Yep. Yeah, a massive
watching the
percentage
VODs
prefer
on
to watch
YouTube.
VODs on YouTube. So I will get this uploaded. And maybe I already did, and that's where you're watching it. But because I put a lot of work into it, and I think it's awesome. When we end, we're not going to end this stream the same way we end every stream. We're going to end it similar. But in a moment, I'm actually going to run the intro scene as an end credit scene before we do our full outro. Nice. So let's go ahead and just go around the horn one more time. Any final words? We'll go in reverse order. We'll start with M.
I got shot again, which was so great. Keeping
You lived this
up
time.
with the tradition. Half of me survived, so keeping up with tradition. A form of me was shot, so I feel quite pleased with that. So yeah, that was great. Oh, it's so good. The body horror, A+, loved it. So thanks for that. That was amazing. And yeah, that was awesome.
A ringing endorsement from one of the masters of sci-fi horror. I will accept that. Karen.
Oh, this was great. It was so much fun. This is exactly what I wanted for like the creepy alien horror and gruesomeness. It was chef's kiss. I loved it. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me do that little twist at the end. I love that. It was amazing. You guys, great. I just can't wait till next Halloween.
I may have watched Event Horizon recently, so
right.
How did you tell?
That'll do it.
Carrie.
I mean, I'm 2 for 2 on killing M in the last 2 sessions, so that's pretty great. You know, I mean, honestly, it was really great. It was really awesome. I mean, I think with a one shot, it's so hard to get like invested in the characters and to get into like what they're about enough. But Jake, you did a great job with that, and I think everybody here did a great job with that. So always a great time.
Thank you. And Alex.
Yeah, this was an absolute blast. I loved playing Mothership. It's a very cool system. You did an amazing job running it. Thank you. Yeah, I can't think of a better way to spend Halloween Eve than playing something like this. This is great.
And can we just get an extra shout out to M for the incredible makeup? M never phones
That's
it in
awesome.
when it comes
Yeah.
to dress up. I know
as soon as M asked, "Are we allowed to dress up?" I was like, "Oh, fucking amazing!" I can't wait.
I mean, look back at past Halloween games. I think we ran a Dawnbringers game on Halloween once where you dressed as Fig. You had like metallic face paint, and Fig is a clockwork wizard. So just awesome.
Phenomenal.
Thank you to everybody who hung out with us and watched, whether you watch live or you're watching with us in the future. Check out our Mothership RPG. I think it might still be pay what you want on Drive-Thru RPG. If not, it's very inexpensive, and I picked up a couple of the physical books, and there's other resources out there, and they're constantly adding stuff. It's
really easy to pick up.
Really awesome. If you like Aliens, Event Horizon, a lot of that kind of stuff, this is for you. And there's a lot of awesome ways to customize it and just do incredible things with it. So anyway, check that out. A huge thank you to these amazing players, Alex, Karen, Carrie, and M, without whom this would have just been me talking to myself for 4 hours. We're going to go ahead and end the stream almost the same way we end every stream. Stick around to watch that title sequence again at the end here. But as we end it, you can say it with me if you want. Metadata.